Hello, and welcome to The World at War. Here at Direbear, that is our Tuesday night Scion Second Edition campaign, or Chronicle, whatever they want us to call it. And last week, let's see, what did we do last week? I believe we had a little meeting with another band.
We were a bait.
Now, one of their members was bait too.
But they were knowing bait.
It's still bait.
Oh.
And it's not like the rest of her band wasn't there to jump out and save you if you'd gotten into trouble.
Like we needed it.
But still, being the unknown bait. Got a good feeling.
But it got the job done, sort of.
Did it though?
Well, you took down the people that were there to, apparently kidnap a lot of you.
Mm-hmm.
They had a trank rifle and everything. For some reason, that was the first person Connor went after. Even in his, rabid monkey state.
Return to monkey.
That, who was it that put that on him?
Jade.
I thought so.
Yeah.
So you had that brawl. You got to talk to Penelope.
Mm-hmm.
I believe y'all had figured out more or less who you think's behind it.
Yes, the Circle of the Impious.
That's it.
Or at least the local chapter of.
Right. Yeah, it's known to be a European thing, but dating back to like Victorian era or some such. But it fits in with the mismatch of magic that you've seen some of these people using, both in creating these fish people and further back, empowering the alpha dogs.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the people that attacked you seem to have just been throwaway hired thugs.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good to beat them up.
Yeah.
Didn't feel too good for them. Some of them went down kind of rough.
Whose fault is that?
They shouldn't have taken the job.
The important thing was none of them were killed.
Yep.
True.
That's
It's
true.
Batman physics. They can
Yes.
get maimed all they want, but we didn't kill anybody, and that gives us the moral high ground.
Hey, I didn't even have the aggravator
Barely.
tag on, so.
You all stop, that one punch before they would die. But the police had shown up. They'd arrested those guys. I want to say Talarius and Penelope had questioned one of them.
Well, question, force them to say stuff, Who's to say it's different?
The Geneva Convention?
Yeah,
Nah.
actually.
I'm not
Nah,
sure the
nah.
Geneva Convention would cover anything that y'all did to these guys.
Does that make it better or worse?
I don't know.
Are we the bad guys?
Well, you didn't maim anybody. You didn't drug anybody. You didn't really hurt anybody in the process of your questioning.
No,
mean-
we did not.
I mean, the saying goes, you die a hero, or you see yourself be alive long enough to see yourself become the villain.
I would never.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious might never. Sasha would consider.
I don't know. I could totally see
Bless you.
Talarius, by the time he gets to God level, being Talarius, a Moriad, God Emperor of Nebraska.
You will love me.
All will love me or despair.
Talarius, a Moriad, master of the tri-state area.
Maybe.
All right. So from the park, where would y'all have fallen back to?
think we said that we went to the Rubicon.
That's right. Y'all are gonna go
Then I
party
think we
again.
all split up from there.
Yeah.
Even though you had gone there just before the meeting to try to get the lay of the
Yeah.
land.
And then I worked off what I ate, and then I'm coming back.
You also know, I'll remind you in case you've forgotten, but you also know that the way the other band had leaked this meeting was they went to the Rubicon and kind of had a group meeting.
That's also why I want to go back, because I'm gonna just. You fucking lied to me, you assholes!
That's not.
I'm not going to. If I was going to, I wouldn't say it out loud.
Sure, we'll go
You'd
with
say it with your fists.
No.
They go in like
guys.
their father would do. This half of the room is in
Makes
love with
out
this
with
half
everyone?
of the room, but this half of the room over here despises this half over here. Now we get a big table of nachos and just watch what happens.
How did we get banned from the Rubicon? Funny story.
No.
Keep getting that echo.
Yeah, I keep hearing it too.
It's not every time somebody talks, but it's fairly often.
Is it me? Without realizing it?
Don't
Mm.
know.
Did somebody hit join audio?
No,
No.
I think I know what it is. I'm fixing it.
No, it was before we even came into the Zoom call because they were talking about it earlier.
Fair.
Give me 1 sec. I will.
Knowing
pull
our
it.
luck, it'll just disappear.
Unlikely. Anyway, carry on.
Fair.
So y'all roll back into the Rubicon. Your favorite waitress is still there.
Mm-hmm.
She's a little surprised to see you again already.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, hello. What's got y'all back here so soon? I mean, we're glad to see you, but
Victory.
Here's another burger.
We, get out there and get yourself all worked up. Has a way of metabolizing quickly.
she raises an eyebrow when you say all worked up.
Are you a hummingbird?
Yes.
With the way they flit around, doesn't surprise me actually.
Oh, she's like, wait a second. There's something went down at the waterfront park. Was that y'all?
Ding ding ding.
Unfortunately.
You would know that. We know.
She's like, oh, okay. 'Cause they said something on the news about it, but they haven't shown any like footage from it.
It was just, goons.
Oh, okay.
So
Wait,
I don't think anyone.
was it the other band you were meeting?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
They
Right.
apparently set it with the meeting with the intention of using us as bait.
Wow, bait for who? I mean, yeah. They were. Who are they trying to catch?
Didn't the bid guy come in here and was like, "We're gonna meet these guys over here"?
His name is Chad.
They weren't quite that loud about it, but he was kind of drawing attention to themselves, and they were having their little meeting over there.
Someone eavesdropped on their meeting, heard about the following meeting with us, and decided to come join the meeting. They were swiftly escorted from the meeting afterwards.
They were here pretty late, so it would be our later
More
night
supernaturally
clientele over here. Because we always get some, normie looky-loos in. She looks kind of thoughtful. Then she starts taking your drink orders and stuff.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything about the Circle of the Impious?
What would she know?
I was reading up on it, and it has come up a couple times in some of our adventures. I was curious if anyone else around here knew about it.
She's like, yeah, I've read about them. Some kind of a cult group
Yeah,
over in Europe.
kind of a mishmash of various traditions.
Yeah, it was like one of them little trendy occult clubs that cropped
Like-
up.
Diet tea for occults kind of thing.
Shoot, I didn't really know they were still around.
Learn something new every day.
We're not entirely certain, but it is a running potential theory.
You think that's who jumped you at the park?
I do not know. I'm sure we'll figure it out, though.
Yeah, well, she sees another table sitting out. Well, y'all let me know if y'all need anything else.
Absolutely.
Actually, before you go, y'all have to see my father around, have you? Little man, dwarf. I know that really helps out.
Not for a while. Now when y'all were in here, celebrating, well, the last time you were really in here celebrating, I think I spotted somebody that would match that description.
Yeah, that's the last time I saw him. Was hoping maybe he comes around more often for a drink or two, but I guess I'm just trying to kind of press my luck. But thanks for letting me know.
Oh yeah, no problem.
I'll say while this is happening, Connor inside is sort of side-eyeing the clientele, just keeping an eye on folks. And one of the two faux Connors are outside, keeping an eye on people coming in and out.
Okay. Now your meeting at the park was like at 6 that evening, I think.
Yeah.
So it's probably only 8 or so now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see, 8.
Now, Connor, don't stare too intently. They might get the wrong impression.
And
I mean, fair.
So right now you're kind of at the tail end of the normal clientele.
yeah.
Now you want to hang around a couple hours. The clientele kind of starts swapping out.
Mm. If we do, real Connor will, but fake Connor will be going to do something else.
How many fake Connors do you have going right now?
Isn't one at the shrine and then one was on the rooftop?
Yeah, at this point, I've kind of decided that as long as he has duplicates out, one of them is always going to be at the shrine. Just acting as sort of a sentinel for the shrine and fulfilling his duties as its guardian. But
Two faux Connors just rock, paper, scissors to see who has to get shrine duty.
basically, actually. Yeah. So are
See,
we going to
that
be...
might be offensive to the spirits, though. Because that's the two of them implying that it's a chore or just something they have to do.
No, the winner gets to do it. It's a privilege.
Yeah.
If that's the emotion they put into it, then that would be fine.
So are we going to be hanging around for a few hours for the night clientele?
We can.
All right. Give me a moment. And he'll just sort of lean back, stretch a bit, mentally tell fake Connor outside, head to the jail. Or the police station, rather.
All right, well, he has no problem hustling over there.
He'll sort of walk in like, hello.
Desk sergeant looks up. Oh, Mr. Hughes, what can I help you with?
Yeah, you know those guys you sort of half hauled in, half sent to the hospital from the waterfront park recently?
Yeah, they just got here, 45 minutes or so ago. The ones
Yeah.
that were brought directly here, anyway.
Right. Mind if I have a talk with a few of them? Just want to ask a few questions in regards to our own investigation.
Let me ask the lieutenant on duty.
Yeah, sure.
And he steps away from the steps away from his desk. Comes back a little bit later. The lieutenant says that'll be fine. We've got him in like a holding cell right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Just wanted
some
to have a chat.
officers will have to be in there with you, and you can't, no touching them, none,
No. The most touching that would happen is if they were coming at me, in which case they were going back. But that'd be about it. So
a couple officers show up to escort you back there.
Yeah. He'll just show up and be like, well, gentlemen and potentially ladies, I didn't get a good look at all of you during that scuffle.
It was actually all dudes in the scuffle.
He still says it. So, you all do know who you were hired to come after, right?
Sort of.
Was the leader that he knocked out with the gun one of them there, or is he still in the hospital?
That guy was taken to the hospital.
Hospital. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Well, I mean, none of them were like mortally wounded or really life threatening, but
yeah.
But that dude definitely had some cracked ribs and stuff. So
yeah.
They had to
Okay. Well, I want to kind of dispel the illusion for you. You do know you were hired to attack 2 full bands of Scions, right?
Well, it was just supposed to be, well, one of them kind of looks around. We thought it would just be one of y'all meeting one of them. We were really only expecting 2 people.
Yeah. Expect the unexpected.
But, then the boss figured, well, he's got enough trank darts for everybody. If we could just keep y'all busy. He's pretty good with that trank gun.
And then me.
Yeah. Where's your tail?
Yeah. It shows up every now and again.
Is that why you were crazy? Did your friends pull it off and that made you normal again?
Have you ever seen Dragon Ball Z?
And he literally slapped a button on his I told you!
Kind of the same thing. So, I would like to know, how are you all hired? Like, who hired you, where at? Anything like that. The more honest you are with me, the better things will go for you with them. And he'll point back to the officers.
And the officers came in with you, and they're just kind of standing on either side of the door.
Yeah. Because honestly, and Connor just takes a seat, middle of the room. This is how I see it. You all were used as unwitting proxies. I mean, I did some research into your group, bit down on your luck, looking to find some work. Probably seemed like an easy job, make some money.
They just gotta look at each other.
Yeah.
There's a limit to how much they're going to admit to with the cops in the room. Yeah, okay.
So, what can you tell me? Might be able to help make a deal in the long run for you.
pretty sure the boss would be willing to cut some kind of deal if it helps us, but you'd have to talk to him about it. He was the person that actually talked to the client.
Sure. He'll look back to the officers like, well, when he wakes up, mind if I go do that?
It's just two regular officers at the door. They're like, kind of like, you talk to the lieutenant.
Right. I guess I'll go see him when I'm done here then. Well, do you all know anything for me? Anything that any of you might have noticed while you were out doing your own thing while your boss was talking to the guys?
He goes, not really. I mean, we got called into town. We showed up. The boss went off to talk to the client. He came back. The client had given us the info on you. Not as much on the other group. They didn't seem to know as much about the other group.
Yeah.
And where you were going to be meeting at.
Mm-hmm. Did you know about the fish folk?
I saw something on the news about it.
Yeah, I get the feeling that actually, officers, y'all should probably know this too. Keep an eye out for anybody trying to make them disappear. And he points at the mercs.
They look a little alarmed, but not particularly surprised at the idea. It's like it may have been something they'd already been thinking of in the back of their head.
Yeah, the fishmen, the people your boss talked to, they turn citizens of the city into them.
Ew.
So, yeah.
One of the officers nods when you say that. We've got people watching at the hospital.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody shows up with flipping magic or fishman, I don't know what how that'll go.
Well, there's several of me running around, so I was planning on heading to the hospital anyway, so I could help out there if something does happen. Right. So, stay and speak to your boss, even though you and your group were being spied on the whole time. All right. Oh, how many of you are there? Just the 15 that you came with?
It was 10.
Or was it 10?
Yeah, I think it was 10.
Yeah, it was either
Okay.
10 or 12.
Okay, so he would say just the 10 you came with?
Yeah, they they thought they were going to fight a couple of Scions. They rolled out with everybody.
Yeah. Hmm. Right. So, yeah. I'm going to go talk to the lieutenant now. If things work as planned on my end, there's something I want you and all of your group to do.
What's that?
First off, have you all heard about the shrine that got erected in the city? Out in the forest?
You mean the one in the park that popped up overnight? Yeah, that was on the
Yeah.
news.
Yeah. All of you are going to go there, present an offering to the deity that lives there, and repent for attacking us. Once that's done, I might potentially have a way to rebrand your group and bring you back on the right side of the law.
Sure, man. Because, if we don't wind up going to jail, that sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Like I said, if things work out. Right. And then he'll stand up, stretch. It's like, well, officers, mind leading me to your lieutenant? I guess I have to have a word with him. Or her.
They open the door. You hear one of the guys behind you talking to the guy that did most of the talking. You hear another one talking to him. Hey man, I'm Catholic. I can't go making offerings at these other shrines. And then the door shut.
I was about to say, as he walks by, his tail pops out and thwaps the bar next to the guy that talked, and then disappears again. Then he'll go talk to the lieutenant.
They knock at the door. Lieutenant Mr. Hughes is here. He invites you in. Please, Mr. Hughes, have a seat.
Yeah, 1 second, I'm typing notes.
You got to keep up with all these minions trying to gather together.
Actually, a player to story guide. If things work out, I'm hoping to turn this group of mercs into a group/horde of followers for Connor. So make use of what you give me, you know?
So a cult.
I mean,
You
a
know-
cult would
Potato,
remind-
potato.
like religious group.
It reminds me of a Star Wars game I was in, where one of my buddies was playing a Force sensitive that everybody we defeated, he was sitting on this particular planet. Because the player was already planning to go see it, that he wanted his army ready to go when he turned.
Yeah. Mm.
While
Plan ahead.
Flo Connor's like running around, running amok, almost. Tellarius will be like, "Well, if we're gonna wait here, I might as well get something out of the way." And they're gonna get up and just kind of like go to the bathroom, pull out their phone and call their mom.
I'll say, you all do your thing. I'm typing up that
Yeah,
meeting with
yeah,
the
yeah,
merc
yeah.
I had in my notes. Because, yay, perfect memory.
Yeah, just call their mom.
It rings. 3 or 4 rings, and it's 5 or 6 rings. Just about the time you're going to give up and hang up, she picks up.
Mom,
Hey, baby.
did you see the news? You see our big interview?
Oh, that's right. The 6 o'clock news because it was playing
Mhm.
probably. Yeah. It's like, yes, I watched. I didn't watch all the news, but I saw your interview.
Where I shouted you out?
Yes. I wish I still had a VCR hooked up. I could have recorded it.
Mom, they do DVRs now. You can just do that.
But I can't carry the tape over to my friends then.
You can. I'll show you next time I see you. Is everything okay?
Get it off the computer for me. That'll work.
I got you. Clarice already has it like at their house somewhere. Are you doing all right? Is everything okay? Any weird things going on?
Oh no. No, everything's fine.
Okay. It's good. I'm glad. Just I'm not great at the whole check-in thing. I'm trying to get better at it, and I figure start with my mom.
Check in. Did something happen?
Yes, but we're good.
You're
A
okay.
couple of things happened. I'm talking to you, obviously. They'll like take a selfie where they're like nice and in the right light and everything in the bathroom. The bathroom has the best lighting. And send it,
Oh,
and
okay.
then I'm fine. But it's nothing we can't handle for now. And if it was something, I would probably talk to you.
By that time, you hear a voice, another voice over the phone. Hey, babe, who are you talking to? Oh shit.
Mom,
Interrupted your mother's booty call.
Well, I'm glad you're doing good, baby. I'm really proud of you.
Mom?
I gotta go.
Mom,
What?
I'm not mad at you for it, unless it's somebody I know.
Yeah, I probably need to go.
Mom,
What, baby?
who is it?
First thing in my head, watch it be Chad.
No.
No.
No, the timing's a little. Oh man, y'all gave me ideas though. But no,
Not today, at least.
Motherfucker.
Not
Literally.
today.
yes, exactly. No, she's like, oh well, you remember Francis's son, and Francis that used to live across the hall from me.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
He's like 5 years older than you are.
Yeah. Not bad, Mom.
Hilarious' mom has got it good.
She's like, well, this conversation's taking an awkward turn. I think I need to go.
Love you, Mom.
Love you too, baby. Take care of yourself.
Bye.
Thanks.
Hilarious gussies himself up in the bathroom real quick. Well, that was something. I know this Francis isn't like a fucking Scion, right?
No, he's nothing like that.
Okay. They
Secretly,
gussied himself up.
I mean,
Just like,
kind of a jock type in high school, but nothing. You don't
Eh.
remember being a jerk or anything.
yeah.
secretly
Nope.
hilarious mother bangs all the scions.
Jesus Christ.
I'm kidding. All we're doing is giving this man fuel and fire.
If it was Chad, I would have gone and gunned him down immediately.
Hilarious would have just walked out of the bathroom.
I
Like,
mean,
pulling out a
we already know their mom wants to get with Connor. We already know
True.
that.
They get out of the bathroom and they're just like, oh, I feel 5 pounds lighter. And they walk towards the table.
Okay. Now they have all that typed out. If we want to,
All right,
I'm happy to give you an out sometimes.
thanks.
All right, so y'all tag out, and we're back to the lieutenant's office. Please, would you sit down?
Of course. And he'll take a seat. So I just got done talking to that those mercs that came after us.
And the lieutenant's name is Blakely.
Lieutenant
Did they give you any useful information? They've been pretty quiet with us.
Well, they already knew we were Scions for one.
Well, that's not exactly a secret here in town.
Well, I know, but apparently what they assumed was it was going to be Penelope meeting with one of our band, and they hoped to ambush us that way. They weren't expecting the full might of both bands being there.
I thought it was kind of a dumb thing for them to show up with two groups of you like that.
Yeah, I mean, to put a name to it, it's kind of silly for nothing but mortals to come after 2 full bands of Scions with no supernatural power behind them.
Yeah, at least not being better armed than that. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, well, it was just stuff in a regular trank gun. But,
he's like, would tranks even work on y'all?
I honestly don't know. I mean, maybe some more than others.
just kill Sasha.
He seems really interested in your answer,
But, I was having a bit of an idea while I was down there talking to them, but I figured I'd probably something that needs to get run through you first, being, guy in charge.
well, at the moment, I mean,
You know what I mean?
Chief's already gone home for the day, but
Well, yeah. Something you could bring up to him, I guess. Or- have I met them yet? I don't think I have.
I'm trying to remember who you have talked to.
No, he's saying that in character. He's like, have I met them?
Oh.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, Lieutenant Blakely just kind of.
Yeah, I guess I might run into it eventually. So, from what I was able to glean from them, they seem to just be an unwitting patsy group. Basically, kind of coerced into it due to
Well, probably just hired, but yeah.
well, I did a little bit of research on my own. They're apparently very, very down on their luck, so to speak. So this was kind of like a make or break thing for them, because gotta eat.
Mm-hmm.
So my thought was, should things work out against whatever we're up against, I could potentially take that group on myself under my supervision and kind of reform them, turn them into a group to help protect the city, because we as Scions can't be everywhere at once.
You know the city's got police, right?
Yeah, I know. But in this case, it'll be a group of people with a little bit extra supernatural power that can assist. For if you all have to go up against something supernatural, and we are otherwise engaged elsewhere in the city battling something else.
You'd probably have to talk to the DA about that.
Yeah, I figured. I just
Though, admittedly, all we've really got them on is, other than like disturbing the peace, is the fact that they did assault you and
Yeah.
And the other band.
Honestly, if I'm perfectly honest, deciding to come at 2 full bands like that, as twisted as it might be, I was kind of impressed that they had the courage to do it at all.
Or they were just that dumb.
6 of one, half a dozen of another when it comes to some things. But I figured since you all had them in your holding cells, it'd be something I'd mention, as opposed to just going, "Hey, y'all want to work for me? Let's go."
Yeah, you'd have to talk to the DA about that. I'm sure the disturbing the peace charge they're going to get charged with regardless. But I guess if you and the other group drop the assault charges, they wouldn't have much to hold them on.
Yeah. It was something else though. Something I'd have to talk to one of the hospitalized men about. Apparently,
we know the leader of the group. The leader of the group's in the hospital.
Yes, that's exactly who I'm mentioning. He apparently was the one that directly dealt with whatever is starting all this nonsense again.
And let me guess, you want to talk to him.
Yeah. Because the Alpha Dogs were apparently round 1. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
can't remember if
why...
y'all brought this up to the police yet or not.
No, this is the first they're hearing about it.
Well, we just found out about it
That's
recently.
right. You and the other band, you and Penelope, y'all and Penelope had a conversation about it. That's the
Yeah.
conversation I remember.
Yeah, but he just mentioned this to the lieutenant and possibly just made his day. Or job. Who knows?
Or ruined his day.
He's kind of like, hold up a second. And he makes a call.
Sure.
You can tell he's talking to a nurse, like a nurse station at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And they go get an officer and he talks to him. When he hangs up. Yeah, the little leader of their group, he's awake. They're going to keep him overnight for observation to make sure nothing's too bad busted up, though they're thinking it's just a couple of cracked ribs.
I did hit him pretty hard.
But he's conscious. If you want to go talk to him, I'll escort you over there.
Yeah, sure. Do you have any of those, the people that the other band captured in a morgue somewhere? The cult leaders that they got a hold of from that warehouse?
Yeah, the investigation's still ongoing, so yeah, the bodies will still be in the morgue.
Yeah, can I ask a favor of you?
You're running up a tab here, buddy.
Oh,
but
I know.
Go ahead and ask. I mean,
this is to help the city after all. One of the members of my band, she has an affinity with the dead. So, like, she can see spirits and stuff. So she could ask them, or temporarily awaken the bodies to ask them questions, and we might be able to get more for the investigation out of them that way if you let her come and talk to
them. God, this town got weird all of a sudden.
I mean, I've been here since the towns first started getting built, so
Or obviously weird.
I'm gonna have to run that one by the chief.
I mean, just
Would
you
she
know,
have
throw
to
it out.
do anything to the bodies to talk to them?
As far as I know, it'd say, "Hey, you lazy fucks, get up."
Do the bodies physically get up? I mean,
I don't
is she
know.
making zombies?
I don't know. Not as far as she's mentioned to me.
I'll mention it to the chief. I mean, doesn't sound
I
like
think-
we'd get any information from that would be like admissible in a court case. But if it help y'all, if it help you track these guys down,
Yeah, considering the fishmen are round 2 for them, as far as we know.
yeah, we do want to put a stop to this if they're continually sending freaks into the city.
That's what we're trying to put a stop to, which is why we'd like to have. It's been a long day. I can speak. I swear. That's why I would like you to allow her to speak to them. There we go.
I'll run it past the chief in the morning.
Yeah, sure. All right. You can escort me if you'd like. I can get there pretty quick myself. I mean, if you want to, if you want to
just
go
ride with
light
me.
speed real quick.
Let's just ride in my car.
You sure you don't want to experience Scion speed?
Don't do it, buddy.
No, it's a trap.
Throw up. And
Not on the
embarrass yourself.
clock. I can't imagine it being dignified.
He grins. Deal. But he'll ride with the guy.
Oh, we have a follow. Thank you, Seeker's Legacy.
Yes.
We
Yeah, it's one of
always
my
appreciate
players.
it.
Woohoo!
Ah. All right, where was I? Oh, yes. So no, you go and you get down in this car and you take
Mhm.
off to the hospital.
Yeah. And he'll shoot a text to Sasha's like, "Hey, you like not drunken is the place alive?" Real Connor looking at this, going, "Oh my god, what has he done?"
Thought y'all knew. I thought y'all, because like when you were describing that, I was like, wait, doesn't he just
Oh,
can't he
no,
just
he-
ask
he-
out loud?
No, he does know, but
Okay.
Looking at this,
a bit.
looking at real Connor, looks at it again.
Real Connor's face palming like, "Oh my god."
Text. No, I am not drunk. You know this. No, the place is not burning down. You know this as well.
She
Three
gets
Connors answer the same phone.
You're embarrassing Connor Prime.
Fake Connor just sends a thumbs up emoji as Real Connor's like, "Okay, my doppelganger just potentially got you a meeting to go talk to the dead cult leaders."
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Also might get followers. Maybe.
Huh?
It was a stray thought in my head. Apparently my doppelganger has decided, yes, I need to hire that merc band we just beat up.
And if you're gonna do that with every merc band that comes at us, we should have started with the ones that were spying on us.
What do you mean every? This is the first one.
One starts a trend.
Let's keep the followers. Is that the term?
Groupies?
Groupies.
Ah,
That
God,
sounds
please no.
horrible.
No. No groupies, please no.
We can sometimes barely manage ourselves. Let's keep trying to manage others to a minimum.
It's like 10, 12 people, but yeah.
You've
10
seen
people.
us, right?
Yes, but you
That's-
have not seen me manage a horde of children. I'm pretty good at it.
Yes, the children are pliable. Mercs are not.
You just
I mean,
blind
I'm sure you
later.
could fold them in half, but that's not the pliable I'm discussing.
Well, no, but I already know pretty much what makes them tick. I'm going me Route 1
Fair.
is going to be talking to the leader here in a bit.
All right. So for
He
y'all
goes
at
back
the
to
RootCon,
Yeah.
more and more of the night clientele has wandered in. It's kind of interesting watching the changeover because it's not all at once or anything.
Mhm.
Just one guy leaves, and then suddenly there's a fucking centaur.
Well, it starts off. It's like, okay, that's clearly
Centaur
a
comes
nymph.
in the back.
Okay, that's a satyr that just walked in. You know, trench coated up or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the slightly more human ones show up first, and it's just kind of a gradual.
Gradual monsterification.
You know, it's not that there's ever a time that there's not some normal folk in there.
Yeah.
And like I said, you get the looky loos that clearly come in wide eyed, probably from out of town.
What is this place? I'm a cat.
They've heard rumors online about it, so
Mhm.
and occasionally Anthony has to throw one out or something. If somebody gets a little too pushy or wants to start taking pictures of people without permission,
Rude just there. Get out of here.
yeah, your typical kind of ugly tourist type stuff will happen sometimes that get thrown out.
Mhm.
But the reputation is basically, you come in and you mind your own business,
Yeah.
you can get your knives or whatever.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a. Isn't that just a rule? It should just be a rule in general. Don't be a dick.
Like, number one rule: don't be a dick.
Uh huh.
So nobody can play Stellaris.
I think it's also known as Whedon's rule.
It's hilarious as Connor's doing Connor things. Just kind of like looks at the rest of the band. And is like, are you guys okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why?
In
Doing good.
what way do you mean?
We've combated one threat and another. We've combated two threats now, and some more than others, still like holding like an old wound from like getting pelted with arrows. Have taken some licks. I'm just making sure we're all still good.
I mean, this is like Tuesday for me.
Not everyone is as well adjusted as you are.
Comes with the background, unfortunately.
Not all of us were created from our Scion's, I don't know, hair? Nails?
Yes, Dad did give birth to me. Thank you.
It was
Not judging
hair.
you. I'm just making sure. I got it right.
But no, that's not what I was referring to.
Okay.
He'll sort of look around, like, how many people are paying attention to them?
Well, obviously your waitress is glancing over every now and then. But she's not like watching you.
Yeah.
The satyr that came in, that y'all saw come in, he keeps glancing over at your table. Clearly recognizing you. Though he seems to be paying more attention to Sasha and Jaden than any of the rest of you.
Yeah.
There's a little group of like college age ladies sitting over at one side of the, one corner that they're kind of looking at everybody, but they do seem to focus a lot of attention on y'all. They're giving off that looky-loo vibe that I've talked about,
Yeah. It's basically no one looking like they're like leaning in to listen or something like that.
There is one lone guy at a table. Over against one wall. That he came in right around the time the transitioning from one clientele to the other kind of started. He's just over there. He's got, a briefcase, notes, he's eating, he's drinking. He's been there about an hour so far. And he's not drinking heavy. He's kind of slow sipping his stuff. Whatever he's getting. Seems to be doing like some paperwork kind of stuff. Doesn't seem to be paying much attention to the folks around him though.
Paperwork in a bar.
but that's what makes him stick. He's paying such little attention to what's around him that it sticks out to you.
Okay. He'll just sort of foot nudge Sasha. Man by the corner doing paperwork, paying very little attention to everything around him. Mind taking a look?
Oh, sneaky shit. Okay, one moment. She'll kind of get up. She'll probably like go like she's going to the restroom or something, and then activate, walk unnoticed, and then wander back out. And also probably change her appearance. And also see if he has anything magical on him, like presence of magic. We'll just hat trick it.
Whole shebang.
And punch him and flatlander and no.
So you get up, you walk, over where you can duck into the little hallway that leads to the restrooms. Connor, what you see, well, you and anybody else paying attention. As soon as Sasha steps out of sight, he starts putting all his paperwork in his briefcase, like he's getting ready to go drown the rest of his drink in kind of a hurry.
Connor, he'll hold up a finger to Talarius, like, hold that thought.
Sasha, as you step back around just as he's shutting the briefcase, and there is something in his hand that is glowing magic that he sticks in his pocket. You don't get a chance to really look at it. You think it may have been sitting inside the open briefcase, that he pulled it out and stuck it in his pocket.
Does she recognize him at all?
No, he doesn't look familiar to you.
Okay. Does he seem to notice if she walks closer? Like if she takes the long way back to her table. She does change her appearance.
Have you got the walk unnoticed going?
Yes.
No, he does not seem to be.
Okay. She is going to just follow him if he leaves.
Yep, he picks his stuff up. Throws some money down on the table to cover his, whatever, his meal and his beer or whatever. Walks to the door. You see him give a little wave to the waitress when she looks up.
Connor will...
she looks at him. She glances up the table and sees that he's left money. So she doesn't seem concerned about it when she sees him getting up and leaving. So
clearly, not trying to skip the bill.
Yeah, it clearly wasn't somebody that she thought was trying to skip out, which means it might be a red herring. And he walks outside. Walks up to
As he leaves, Connor will turn back to Talarius and is like, "That spy shit is what I'm used to from my childhood."
Some of us just went to school and, went to high school, got bullied a little bit. Not all of us have been doing this for as long as you have.
And I carved out a legacy in the gangs in blood and bone.
That's creepy.
Not all of us are that cool or disturbing.
Do you want me to track him?
No, Sasha's on him already.
Okay.
The band can probably see Sasha.
I mean, even if we can't, Connor trusts Sasha's on him.
Yeah.
Trivial can't see him, but you'd have to win a clash of roles to see her otherwise.
Oh.
Then we will simply assume that your band can see you, unless you specifically wish for them not to.
Okay.
Just for simplicity's sake.
Fair.
Easy enough. She'll still look like completely different, but they probably are used to that.
He'll shoot a quick text to Sasha's like, "Need me to do anything?"
Her phone's on silent in her pocket. She's not looking at it.
Fair.
Anyway, you follow him outside, Sasha. And he just walks out, pulls out his car keys, gets into some kind of little small car, Ford Fiesta.
Okay.
Sets the briefcase down on Passenger seat starts buckling up.
She'll pull the phone out long enough to take a snap of the license plate.
Okay.
Maybe try and get a decent picture of him, but more the license plate than anything. Is it an out-of-state plate?
It seems to be a local plate.
Okay.
Does she see Connor's message?
There is a like a little sticker sort of thing on the back identifying the car as a rental. There's a rental company, basically like a little sticker ad thing on the back.
Enterprise. God, fuck those guys.
Still, she'll if she knows that, she'll definitely try and get a better picture of the dude potentially.
Okay. Hey, you walk up next to the driver.
Oh yeah, she could. Yeah, she won't
Yeah.
leave the flash on or anything,
Yeah,
but
yeah. So yeah, he starts to back up.
she's
You,
like on the window.
you know, before he backs out of the parking space, he looks one way and then he looks directly out the window, straight at you. Backs out and drives off.
Alrighty.
Look at this weird absence of space right here that I can't. I'm trying to look in the goddamn mirror, but there's just this weird blank space right here.
Well, I don't
I
see
just
anything
spin her over.
coming.
What I wrong? Oh god.
Speed bump.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Now I'm picturing Sasha getting hit by a car with that power turned on.
Well, forgets to turn it off and just
And nobody
across the
nobody
street.
notices the body laying there, just keeps running over it
Oh,
until a non-trivial character walks
Dude.
by.
Oh no! I just had a thought of like, what would happen if Connor had that active? Because his Earth purview, he cannot be moved unless he wishes to be moved.
Probably shenanigans and ass hattery would happen.
Car just hits him; it just folds in half. It's in the middle of the street.
They don't make cars like they used to anymore.
I can imagine Connor just standing there and just be like, "All right, well, that's slightly tickled. You okay in there?"
Hit me! Come on! Okay, yeah, she'll come back inside, and sit back down,
The tangents. I love them.
and be like, just got in his car.
Hmm.
Looks like a
Anything
rental.
noteworthy?
I mean, it looks like a rental.
Did you get a picture of him? Could you send that to me?
She'll send it to the group text.
The Connor with the police lieutenant opens. Huh. Hey, wanna know something interesting?
I doubt it's that interesting. No, it's the other Connor.
Yeah.
What's that?
Pigeon Sasha's like, I doubt it's that interesting.
Apparently, the rest of my group was getting spied on by somebody.
No, we were
Really?
getting spied on. You could have just been doing paperwork.
Think it might have just been a reporter or a paparazzi or.
He's listening to what's going on with the real Connor. Apparently, in a rental car, was doing paperwork in a bar. Hastily shoved stuff in his briefcase the second one of my band walked away and left. Got a
That
picture
could
of
still
his
be a
face.
That still could be paparazzi.
Yeah,
Really shitty paparazzi.
You got the plate, his plate number.
Real Connor pausing like, hey, can you send me the plate number too?
Into the group text.
Yes.
He's like, he gets on the radio, calls back to the office y'all just left, or the station, I should say. Hey, I need you to run a plate for me, and then he has you read the number off.
And he'll read the number off.
Yeah, just let me know, what you get. And by the time you get to the hospital, it's come back. Yeah, it's a rental. You know which company, which location it came from.
Yeah.
He's like, if the guy shows up again, if some kind of stalker type stuff, just call and we'll look into who's got it rented.
Yeah, sure, we'll do.
And y'all get to the hospital. Like I said, y'all get this call.
Yeah.
You head upstairs. There's let's see. The guy that the leader with the trank gun, y'all messed him up pretty bad. And there was one or two more that y'all were really kind of rough on.
I think one of them Jaden shot.
That's right. She kneecapped somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Penelope pretty much armbarred one of them.
That was the one y'all questioned on site.
Yeah.
She just kind of slapped him to the ground and pinned him. So he was one of the guys at the jail. Spruce had bitten
That's
one.
right,
So
yeah.
How did you get 3 dog bites?
Don't worry about it.
Cerberus.
But so he certainly went to the hospital to get patched up, but he's not having to stay overnight or anything.
Yeah.
The police basically just asked Jaden, or he's had his shots, right?
Yeah.
So that way they don't have to worry about rabies or anything.
I mean, that's the thing. It's not really a regular dog, so would it get rabies?
No, I don't think so.
Unless it's divinely given, but yes.
Divine
Divine
rabies.
rabies.
I'm about to say, unless it's divine rabies, but
Ooh, I could run y'all through something like 28 days later using divine rabies.
Hate
Oh
that.
God.
Immediately. Veto.
Hell,
England's too
I'm
big an
head out.
island. Maybe if I sent y'all to Malta or somewhere.
All right, I'm a head out.
I mean, I'm here for it. Just let Connor go ham. It's like free range. Just can't get any of the blood on him.
Well, no, Connor just has to stand on the rooftops and just spawn faux Connor to go down there and beat him up until it takes a lick and disappears, and he sends another one down.
Just a telescoping pole.
I just got this worst image. It's like it's a horde coming. He's literally just like playing pool with like.
Kung Fu hustle.
Jeez.
Sees if he can spear 6 of them in the head at one time. Ah.
He so would.
Achievement unlocked.
But nobody's impressed because Mickey Mouse took out 7 with 1 blow one time.
Achievement unlocked. Master penetrator.
That sounds like an achievement that would be in like a Saints Row game or something.
Yeah, I know.
Moving on.
I love these tangents. They're great.
Right, moving on. So he takes you upstairs. He stops and talks to the nurse's station.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell him, Mr. Flanagan is still alive. Still awake.
Still, I hope so.
Still alive.
And there's a couple of officers flanking his door. When the lieutenant steps in the room, there's one in the room with him. He's got he's got a room to himself, but it's not an especially big one.
Yeah.
He's got the one hand, that one arm handcuffed to the bed kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't go with anything more extreme than that because he's got 3 busted ribs. He ain't getting him going anywhere fast anyway.
Yeah.
So you
Connor
step in, the lieutenant,
strolls in.
nods to the other officer, and he steps out. So it's just you and the lieutenant in there with him.
What was the man's name again?
Flanagan, Chris Flanagan.
Hope I spelled that right. Okay. It's like, well, hello there.
No, it's you.
It is me.
At least you don't look crazy this time.
State of mind. So I hear you're the one that met with your hirers. He'll pull up a chair, take a seat next to the bed.
I'm not sure how much I need to talk about that with present company. He kind of eyeballs the lieutenant.
And he'll
I'm
look
quite
back,
certain my lawyer would suggest I stay quiet.
he'll look back to the lieutenant. Is like, mind giving us a bit? I won't do anything to him. And he's handcuffed, so not like he can go anywhere.
You've left a good impression on this guy, and he is worried about more fish people showing up. All right, don't touch him. Don't give him anything. Yeah, basically, I give me your word. I'll take you at your word. But
Aye, boss.
all right, either one of you need anything, just yell.
Will do.
He steps back out with the officers.
So, just us now.
All right, what do you want? What are you here for?
Information.
And what's in it for me?
I will drop the assault charges you're going to be hit with.
He nods his head like that was exactly what he was hoping for.
And, depending on how well this goes, I might potentially hire you on.
To do what?
Extra muscle for our group, potentially some neighborhood watch stuff for the city. You would, upon agreeing, also be getting a blessing from the mandate of heaven.
What exactly does that entail?
A portion of my divine power would empower you and the rest of your group. Ability to go beyond your physical ability. This is, of course, assuming everything goes well.
That doesn't sound bad at all. What in the world has you making that offer to me, though? Or to us?
Well, our group cannot be everywhere at once. Having another group that is tied to us, that will work on our behalf, loyally, that is empowered with a few supernatural gifts, would help ease the burden. So long as you perform adequately and to my satisfaction, I can invest more of my divine power to strengthen you and the rest of your group beyond the initial blessing.
Now, this would just be, we'd be hired to do this. This would be something that months or years from now, if some of us decided to quit, we could just resign. This isn't like an indentured servitude kind of thing that I'd be signing us up for.
No. If you did leave, the divine gifts for whoever decided to leave would also dissipate, as it would be tied to essentially serving me as, your basically head.
He just nods. Just making sure I would be trapping me and my guys into something permanent.
Let me put it to you this way. My own father decided to fight the entirety of heaven and won because they tried to trap him into something.
Didn't Buddha bitch slap him right after that though?
Yeah, afterwards.
Solo.
Yeah, but the Jade Emperor had to beg him for help.
That sounds agreeable. I'm not gonna sign the dotted line right now, as they've got me doped up on some stuff.
Oh yeah.
Once I'm clear headed, if it still sounds like as good a deal then, yeah, I'm all for it. Most of the guys would probably sign on.
I mentioned it to the ones in the jail cell. They seem to be doing pretty okay. I did mention they do need to keep an eye out because the people who did hire you have been making the fishmen, but
I saw something on the news about that.
yeah, out of, normal people like you.
I assume this would come with a little bit of protection if they make a move on us.
Yeah, I've been putting some warnings out. There's multiple of me running around.
What about the other band? Would you be able to get them to drop the assault charges?
Well, considering my band technically was the only one you actually physically attacked, the others just aided in defense.
That guy was taking a swing at Penelope when she took him down.
Yeah. But did he actually make contact?
That I don't think so.
So he did not actually physically assault her.
All right. Well,
It may-
it's contingent on you
most,
getting
it would
the
be
charges dropped.
attempted.
Yeah. Yeah, because we were financially up a creek before this.
Oh, I know.
All right, like I said, assuming I wake up tomorrow with the drugs out of my system and it's still not a good idea, you got a deal.
Good.
Also, what about those fish guys that hired you?
Yeah. So, what have you got for me?
All right. Okay, so we got contacted through the normal kind of channels, which is anonymously.
Mm-hmm.
Called us into town. We showed up. I met them. I met my contact, where they had instructed.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives you a description of the guy, fairly nondescript. Though he gives a thorough description. But, the guy didn't have like an eye patch or a big noticeable scar,
Yeah, and
dark hair, a little bit of gray at the temples,
And with thorough description, because perfect memory, Connor memorizes the description. Does it look like the guy whose photo got taken, or is this another guy?
No, the guy whose photo got taken did not have a full beard.
Okay.
He had like a little goatee and a mustache or whatever.
So, contact was dark hair, graying at temples.
At temples and a little bit of beard.
All right, full beard, gray. All right. Where'd you meet?
He names off a restaurant. We met in the parking lot there. We met there. I got in his car. He drove around and we talked.
Doesn't keep you in one place for very long. Smart.
Yeah, he seemed relatively competent. It put me on edge a little bit because usually when our clients are contacting us, they're not quite that
competent
or paranoid. Prior to us
with-
going in, but
comes
him
with
wanting us to
fighting
do something
social
here in his
jobs.
hometown.
Yeah.
But he told us that he had gotten word of one of your band was going to be meeting one of this other band. You guys I had heard of by this point.
Mm-hmm.
This other band, they'd been on the news like that night or the night before or something, but I hadn't. I'd only just got to town, so I hadn't really heard of them.
Yeah.
We should probably have pulled the plug when your entire band showed up.
Probably.
But like I said, we're kind of hard up for cash at the moment, so.
Yeah. I mean, that also potentially landed you a good job.
That's true. It may work out in the long run.
It may.
But he paid half in advance.
And I make a decent amount working in movies, so.
He's like, "Oh, what have you been in? I don't remember seeing you."
Stunt double.
I do all the. Okay.
I do all the fighting.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then he'll list off like a whole series of like fighting movies That,
I saw
considering
that
his
one. I haven't seen
background,
that one.
probably pretty decent.
I saw the sequel to that one. Were you in that?
Yeah, I was.
Uh,
You remember seeing the guy get kicked through the wall?
oh yeah. Did you do the kicking or were you the kicked?
I do the kicking.
Did he really go through the wall? Was that guy okay?
Yeah, he was fine. It was more of like a fake plaster that was kind of like foam.
Oh.
He got sent flying for real, but
Uh, during this part of the conversation is when you can kind of tell, oh, this guy is medicated. He's gotten distracted by the movie talk pretty easily.
that is precisely why Connor is doing this. He's making sure to hit when he is mentally at his weakest. But if he'll basically get as much information as he can, because after about taking up so much time, so I'm like, once this is done, I'm gonna step back into the background for a hot minute.
No problem.
No, by all means, use all 3 of your Connors to do all the work for us.
Let's see here.
I'm just
sorry.
checking off. I'm just checking off short-term deeds while you're doing this.
I mean, I've checked off 2 of them.
I've also checked off 2 of them.
I have checked off 0 of them.
Same.
I'm sorry. So yeah,
Oh.
basically he'll try to milk Chris for as much as he can, and then he'll just go knock on the door.
Just 1 second. I may need you to roll something.
Yeah, sure.
Roll me a cunning plus legend.
A cunning plus legend. Quick question. What is this roll for? Because one of the innate powers of my purviews might adjust it.
What do you think might adjust it?
Well, thing with Epic's strength, intimidation, seduction, or building bonds of camaraderie, I can use might.
Okay, that would not affect.
Okay. Wanted to make sure. Okay, so you said cunning plus legend?
Mhm.
All right, so I have too many windows.
Oh, that sucks.
So 3, another 2d10 for legend.
Oh God.
Okay, so 3 successes.
All right.
Would that be the same as rolling? Oh no, that was never mind. I was like, is that a 0?
All right. So my roll was 0.
Okay. Does that mean you get attention?
Do it now.
Does that mean you get attention? I don't know.
No, I don't think I get
Okay.
mentions that way. Because I start
that-
with a stack based on how many
Based
of
on
y'all
how-
there are.
Fair. Okay.
He knows just how many bullets he has to murder us.
Oh no.
So yeah, the door opens. A guy walks in.
Mhm.
Your Flanagan there just keeps on talking about the movies.
Mm-hmm.
With the door open, you hear a couple of the officers talking outside.
Okay.
Clearly not a doctor.
Sure.
Just walks in, pulls out a gun, and starts to point it at the guy on the bed.
And Connor will just.
All right, give me a
Walk good notice.
martial arts, minor
combat?
dexterity, whichever. Yeah, close combat is what I meant to say.
Like
Yeah.
martial arts, that's not a thing here, unless someone specializes in
It's
close
the other
combat.
story.
I mean,
something
I
system.
am specialized in it.
There you go.
Actually, I would get specialty for this because
Are you on the first floor?
no, but my hand-to-hand combat specialty.
Ah.
I am not. Well, am I on the first floor?
No,
doubt it,
y'all went up a couple of floors at least.
Okay, so I don't get that. So I'll get plus 2 or 3, I think. Plus 3. No, plus 2 because I'm not using my staff.
This is the guy's desperation pool.
So 6 successes.
He got 1, so you got 5 to play with.
Right. Okay.
Pin him.
So
Crit
I'm going
him.
to I'm going to disarm. Using my light-fingered knack. The gun is now in my waistband.
Just kind of
Basically, yeah. And
with the safety on, I hope.
yeah, well, yeah. It said the knack says as long as I successfully disarm or seize, then I don't have to make a roll to do sleight of hand if it's like I'm trying to take a weapon from somebody.
Okay. I got you. So you've got it and tucked away out of the way. So
Yeah, and then he will use the remainder of his points to grapple. And because of his earth purview, he cannot be moved unless he wishes to move.
that would be. That means if this guy's struggling to escape, he couldn't like slam you up against the walls or anything.
No, yeah, Connor
He could
literally
still
is
make
a
his escape
statue.
roll. He could still make his escape rolls to escape.
Yeah, yeah.
He
yeah,
just
I'm
couldn't.
saying,
He
like,
just couldn't force you changing
Yeah.
position or anything.
I was saying, like, due to his purview, the options that the guy has to escape is limited because
Ah.
Connor is basically a statue in the room and cannot be moved.
So yeah, so you snatch the gun away and then grab him up,
And then he'll look at him like, Lieutenant.
and the guy starts yelling, "How did you see me?" And at this point, the guy on the bed starts freaking out. You know, Flanagan starts freaking out. You hear one of the
He'll-
officers outside. Who opened the door?
Let's say Connor looks back at Flanagan and is like, is this good enough reason for you?
Yeah, dude, you got a deal. The police officers run in. You know, they see you with this guy snatched up.
He tried to execute him. I have the gun currently in my waistband.
One of the officers walks up. I'm not getting fresh. I'm just gonna take that from you and slide the gun.
No, I get you. Want me to knock him out?
Oh, actually, he grabs one of the latex gloves hanging on the wall. You know, the little box of disposable gloves the doctor said. Puts one of those on and takes it. You know, as not to mess up any fingerprints.
And he'll look at the lieutenant and say, I'm sorry in advance. It'd probably be best for all of us if I knock him out right now.
He's probably seen Sasha do that shit.
Yeah, Connor has seen Sasha do that shit. He does not want to let this guy go conscious.
The lieutenant thinks for a second. The officer's gonna look at him, and the lieutenant looks over that door. Gentlemen, all the police go.
And Connor will he'll basically just choke hold the guy until he just passes out from lack of oxygen.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long.
Yeah, just go to sleep, go to sleep, go to
Yeah,
sleep, go to
this
sleep. go to
guy's
sleep.
struggling, but he's physically
the
baseline
flowers.
mortal.
Yeah, he'd have to go against like what 4 successes to even escape the grapple.
Yeah, something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of the things. Technically, he could probably roll that, but he's not really going to roll that.
Yeah.
You know, he is physically a normal guy.
Yeah. At the Rubicon, Connor pipes up and was like, "Oh, this got interesting." Someone just tried to assassinate the Merc leader, doing the same thing Sasha does.
Sasha by now has just started eating nachos.
Some
Why did you come here again?
some random blonde or ginger or whatever she turned into has sit down at y'all's
Yeah.
tables already.
Just sitting there.
Anyway, back to Fake Connor.
Come here again?
So yeah, he got him choked out, and then he'll put him down, and he'll actually frisk him for anything that looks like it might be magical, because he's had enough time talking to Sasha to look for stuff like that.
You find I'm trying to remember what it's called. Is it a color compact? Little circular thing. It opens up. It's got a mirror and a little powder thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like a woman, you know, or well, it's not necessarily a woman, I guess, but you know, like a makeup thing.
Yeah.
When you pop it open, though, there's some sort of like sigil painted on the mirror.
A sigil? Yeah. Okay.
Sigil, thank you.
Yeah. He'll close it real quick. Does it do anything when he closes it?
Well, no, you had to, you took it out and popped it open, and that was what was on it.
Okay, then he'll close it, pocket it. He'll frisk him for anything else if anything else is there.
There is.
He knows the officers are there, but this is also divine shit.
I'll be back.
The gun he was using was a revolver. He's got a speed loader
Uh-huh.
already loaded in there of extra shots.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay.
No, I take that back. He does have his wallet because he didn't expect anybody to be able to see.
Connor will snag the wallet out and take a look at it.
At that point, the lieutenant's like, hey, let me. He puts on some gloves. Let me.
Oh, yeah, sorry. He'll hand it over.
And yeah, pulls out the guy's ID.
Quick question. Was the hand mirror, was it, like, how big was it? So,
just little,
could fit in, like, here?
Yeah, this whole thing would fit in the palm of your hand.
Okay, so, light-fingered, knack. I don't have to make a roll for it. He finds it in the pocket, it disappears.
Yeah.
Palms it into his pocket.
So as far as the police are concerned, this guy had his wallet on him, that pistol, and the speed loader.
Yeah, it literally is like
and
when you
car
steal.
keys or something,
Yeah, literally goes when you steal an object or pickpocket someone, you do so without needing to roll, so long as the object is something you can conceal in your hands.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you've got this gadget then.
Yep.
And more police are called up.
Then he'll sort of, kind of push the guy back over to the officers, and it's like, so he can make sure that you all can't see him, which is why I knocked him out.
That's how he got to the door without us noticing?
Yeah, technically you noticed, quote unquote, but he was so nondescript that your brain didn't process the fact that he was there.
The lieutenant just kind of rubs his forehead. This is not the sort of stuff I'm trained to deal with. One of the regular officers was like, I'm just glad you were here because we can't get fussed at with you here and him walking right past you too.
Glad I was here then.
Okay, but all right. So if we put him in a jail cell, as long as we can see him before we open the jail cell, we should be okay.
Yeah, but I'd keep him cuffed at all times.
All right, that sounds reasonable enough. They have a doctor check him out before they cart him off. But you just choked him out, so it's not that long before he wakes back up. And when he does, they've got him leg shackled, they've got his hands, cuffed behind his back.
And if Connor's there when he wakes up, he's like, "Hello, friend."
Oh, the monkey.
The monkey. We'll be having words later.
Lawyer.
He'll lean down and whisper, "I'm not a police officer." And then he'll turn around and go sit back next to Chris's bed.
He looks over at one of the officers. Lawyer. You haven't been charged yet, buddy. But don't worry, that's coming. And some more officers show up and they cart him off. Lieutenant asks if there's anything else you need to talk to with Mr. Flanagan.
No, but I will stay in the room in case something like that happens again.
Yeah, he's cool with that. He goes in, takes his leave. One of the other officers comes in. They get another. They fetch another chair or whatever.
Okay, and let's say quick back to Rubicon. Real Connor will sort of lean over to Sasha and's like, "So the guy that tried to assassinate the dude, he had some kind of magical relic on him. Fake me has it. If you want to look at it later."
All right.
And then now, I have taken literally half the game time. I'm gonna back up now because I feel so bad.
You're good. You're good. Sometimes the game is a Connor and two other Connors.
I run a Supers game where sometimes my brother plays a duplicator that the same thing can kind of happen if we don't keep an eye on it. Completely unintentionally. It's just that there's 7 of him running around.
That's why
Listen,
one of my clones, I literally say he stays at the shrine. That's all he does.
Mhm.
Unless you specifically go, something's happened at the shrine, he's done.
well, that's fine. I'm kind of dying by allergy attack, so.
So you're calling your cat now?
Huh?
So you're calling your cat now?
No, she's not. She's not what's causing my allergies.
Oh, my apologies.
I'm not allergic to cats.
Unlike Sock Puppet, who we currently cannot see, he's the one allergic to cats.
Yeah.
I just die by allergy just about every day, so I take a Benadryl
Yeah,
at night
it's
just
like
so I don't
once
die.
we got our food, that's when my allergies started acting up. So pollen could have gotten kind of in the house and on me or something, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm dying.
It'd be like that.
You can always
Um,
go grab Benny.
Hilarious is gonna like look around as the clientele changes, and they're like, "Why are we here? Clearly, there's something going on."
And y'all have not noticed anybody else specifically watching you. And any more than just the looky loos because they recognize you. Oh, it's the
The Olympus band,
it's that burning band that the people.
burning band.
Probably by the time we make it to wherever Faux Connor is, he already had it handled.
Well, that's the thing. Well, I mean that's fair, but it just feels weird that we're sitting here, even though Connor's like right there, and like 2 other Connors are doing who knows what. I mean, he knows what. Don't answer that question, Monkey Man. It just feels weird. It's do we just does anybody else feel weird that we have this and we've been doing so much action and now we're taking a break?
I mean, we kind of don't want to run ourselves into the ground.
I mean, remember, even though we are Scions, we
We
can
just
still be
came-
overbearing.
We just came out of a battle, out of a fight.
Yeah, but those are goons.
Mhm.
It's not like we were fighting. I don't know.
Well, if you
Alphabet
want
Man.
to go find something to do, then let's go find something to do.
All I'm asking is why we came here for the first place, except besides to eat.
Well, to eat,
You
said
suggested it.
you were hungry.
suggested-
All
yes.
the fighting made you hungry.
I suggested to eat. Why did we stay for 4 hours after?
I'm trying to see if my father might come in so I can talk to him. That's why I'm staying. You're free to go at any point in time.
You told us that.
Yes.
Okay.
Again, I'm trying to see if I can have a nice father to son chat with him.
Okay.
He's not the easiest person to contact.
None of your parents are, truthfully.
No.
so again, if I can happily catch him while he comes to get a drink, like most stores do, it'd be nice to have a heart to heart while I have a chance.
When
Well,
were the other times you've seen him?
what? Why
When
don't
were they-
you? Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's like, why don't you just sit by the bar? Maybe it's more likely that you're more, like, easier to catch a fly with honey type thing.
I mean, I've been paying attention to people coming in. I haven't seen no one that looks like him just yet, but you know what? Fine, I'll go look. Then he'll get up and go to the bar.
Poor Robert. He's like a lion stalking the watering hole, waiting for something to show up and drink.
This whole time, Hilarious has been doing writing down ideas for their next video, just
So-
on a Word doc on their phone.
oh wait, you can access that stuff without touching things, can't you?
It's just kind of like doing this in the air, kind of like.
Great, we've got a
I
deck.
realize you're likely drawing more attention by doing that than just typing on your phone.
You don't know what I'm doing.
Does she?
Teleria's giving her sass, and you just hear low rumbles. It's like, oh, Smoochums is near. But anyway, sir, continue.
Sasha, you get a text on your phone.
She will look at it.
It's from your grandmother. It just says, "Hey dear, could you swing by the house?"
Y'all have a lovely evening. Gets up, walks out.
Are you good?
Okay, bye.
Going to go check on my grandparents. I'm fine.
Okay.
All right, have a safe one out there. There's apparently assassins running around.
I'm gonna go.
And it's
Not
probably
with
11-ish
you,
by
but
now.
I'm not gonna go with you. I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna just help you
Walk
out.
unnoticed, obscuring
God.
herself from the band.
Now, would she think to do that if Decca hadn't said something?
If she sees them moving to follow her, yes.
How careful is Teleria's being not to be seen by her?
They're not trying to be like unnoticed.
Okay, then yes. You get up to follow her. You're watching her. Something breaks your line of sight, and you're not sure where she's at anymore.
It's like a text message. I hate when you do that. Just walk off.
Just a small thumbs up and then a heart.
You don't have smoochums with you.
I'm also fucking invisible.
Okay.
I mean, they know where her grandparents live. They've all been there.
If I remember right, it's basically a house that's like on the back end of the property that there's shops on it.
Yeah, it's like right above the shop.
Oh, it's one of those. Okay, gotcha. I was picturing it as a separate building on their property, but okay.
Like, bottom level is probably like, the main area and then the shop, and then the rest of the nursery's like out back and all that jazz.
And the second floor of the building is basically where they live.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
She probably texts that too. She's like, you know where they live. If you are that bent on following. Fine. Is Solarius still like walking outside, or did they walk back inside?
They like followed until they lost eyesight. They're like, damn it.
Text. She's like, guilt reappears. Come on.
They follow.
All right. So what are
They, like,
Jaden
start
and Robert
jogging.
doing? Well, Robert was going to what? Sit at the bar. Duba.
Trying to chat up the dwarf ladies.
Duba,
I apologize.
was Robert sitting at the bar?
Yeah, he went up to the bar and sat down.
Okay. And what is Jaden doing as Sasha gets and walks out and Teleris follows her?
She's gonna go home.
Okay. All right. So you head out.
We'll give Robert his one-on-one time with his pappy if he shows up.
Rolls the dice, see what happens.
Do you get someone attacking you? Do you get your dwarf dad?
You get your dwarf dad attacking you.
Oh no.
Some people pay good money for that.
Absolutely not.
Robert, your father does not show up. You do, however, at one point see a very large redhead walk in. You've seen her before, recently, very recently.
As they say, he looks, he notices, and he's probably thinking, "Oh, goody, I can only imagine where this is going. But he's just gonna remain nonchalant and just kind of, keep chilling at the bar.
She walks in. It's like she's going to walk to the bar. She sees you, and you see her lip just kind of, just turn up in a sneer. And then she goes and gets an empty table. Flags down a waitress. And she gets a very large, like tankard. No, not the usual pint, size. This is like a double-sized tankard.
It's like a big gulp.
It's a big gulp, but if like ale or something.
Just want to mention, real Connor never left, so he's watching this interaction just quietly.
Nachos.
She would also, note you when she walked in, but there's no emotional reaction to her seeing you. Actually, I guess Connor would probably just get a slight nod. At least a warrior's acknowledgement of another warrior. Even if he was rude, didn't save any for her.
He'd return it. Sort of raise a drink in her direction and then go back to it.
So yeah, she appears to just be there to drink. She's not watching Robert. She actually sits down with her back to him.
Hey, he can sense the wee bit of disgust she has for him, whatever that may be. And he just kind of shrugs like, okay, she don't care for me too much. Fair enough.
She doesn't like short men or the children of short men.
Ugh.
Sasha and Talaria show up at at her grandparents' place. We'll say you called an Uber or something because it'd be a pretty decent walk from the Rubicon. Like I said, it's already 11, so your parents don't.
So I probably explain it's just 11 o'clock or midnight or whenever. It's just making sure she gets home safe. I know she's gonna say, "I got this. I'm fine."
I'm also concerned because it's 11 o'clock and typically they are not up this late trying to contact me.
With the text didn't say there was an emergency or anything.
Well, the fact that it's sent at 11 o'clock and they're usually not up at 11 o'clock, it's like, what fuckery is this?
Well, maybe they missed the 6 o'clock news and just saw the 10 o'clock news and saw that you've been up to some stuff again.
Yep.
Okay, I'm here with you.
But like I said, you get to the shop. Now, do you have to go inside the shop to get inside their place, or is there like stairs on the outside that go up to a door?
There's probably both options.
Okay.
She probably just goes like the outside one because doesn't want to go through the shop, disarm the alarms. Does she see anything fishy around the shop? She would have the magic vision up.
Nothing about the shop is magical.
No.
I need both of you to give me.
There's some fuckery. I knew there was some fuckery.
Cunning plus legend.
Okay.
I'm gonna just roll cunning academics because my academics is 2.
I will roll cunning medicine for the same reason. I'm going to spend a couple of points of momentum as well. Just like 2. We're at 6, right?
I need you to give me a cunning legend roll. I mean, yeah, for y'all, it's cunning legend.
Right. But I'm saying
you mean on the sheets? That's what you hit.
Yeah, on the sheet.
I got you.
We're using K.
I got you.
We're at 6 momentum, right? Because I was going to use 2.
Yeah, we're at 6 momentum.
Yes.
Cool. We are at 4 now.
All right, so you're using
2. 4 successes.
All right, and Sasha got 2. And this guy got 2.
Let's go this guy.
And ties go to the players, unless something specifically says otherwise.
Seems like an Onyx Path thing to do.
Yeah, this one. Well, in combat, ties, ties
Mhm.
count towards whoever's doing the hitting, I believe. Kind of like an AC in D&D.
Mhm.
But yeah, this one doesn't have any special rules. So we're going to say ties to the player. So both of you see a guy. He's standing under the stairs, where y'all would walk up. He's standing like under those stairs. He just kind of leaned up against the wall. He's clearly watching you as you get out, but he's not pulling a weapon or anything.
It's really unnerving when you do that, by the way. That's how it feels.
I just said, he's completely visible, though.
Yes.
Can I help you, sir? Is there a reason you're here at 11 o'clock at night? The store's closed.
He gives a start when y'all talk to him.
Bro.
No, I was just catching my breath. I was walking home and catching my breath.
Yeah.
Behind the house?
Well, it's
Behind
late
the
and it's
shop?
dark. I thought I'd be safer if I stepped out of view. If this is your place and I'm freaking you out, sorry about that. I'll just
Why are you
go.
here? Why are you
I
here?
make sure he can't get out. I'll spend a legend or imbue a legend and activate nothing but the truth.
Oh, that's the one where he can't lie. He can choose not to speak, but he can't lie.
Right.
Gotcha.
I can do both, but we're starting at step 1.
Look, I'm just set up here as the lookout to make sure y'all showed, or make sure she showed.
Look out for what?
We didn't know she'd be bringing help.
It wasn't my grandparents texting me, was it?
It's their phone.
She reaches onto her hip, takes the little clay pot of bees.
I would continue to say stuff if I were you, because you're about to get fucked up.
Well, she doesn't have to like throw them at somebody immediately. She can just kind of cloak herself in them.
Let's
Those
not do
bees
anything
hurt.
hasty. Bad things happen to me. Bad things might happen to other people.
You're just making it worse on yourself. Why would you say that?
Ooh, somebody's hosting us.
Ooh.
She
Chibi Girl 24, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just saw where she said hi.
She puts a hand on Talarius's shoulder and like low enough for them to hear. One moment, and just kind of does the walk unnoticed thing again to just briefly be unseen. Group text, grandparents, and that's the only word she sends out.
Mhm.
And then just back around to her. She's gonna
Con-
throw.
I'm about to say Connor in the Rubicon gets it, bolts up, grabs Robert by like literally the back of the neck, heavenly stride, he's gone.
And when
Shut
Jaden gets
big
the
lady
message,
later.
she'll also run. And since she's faster with her moccasin, she'll make it there too.
I'm just imagining what that looks like to Dixie. Just see the monkey suddenly surge up, grab Robert, and he's gone in a burst of speed that nobody can see.
You forgot to
Robert?
tell your. Oh, never mind.
Why is Robert throwing? Oh, Robert.
But
All
anyway,
of us just end up with really strong stomachs by the end of this.
Oh yeah, no. Robert's probably praying that he doesn't like let go on the ride. Just like, oh sweet God!
Like holding on to his wrist, like, oh God. She has cracked the. She's busted open the party pinata of bees, and kind of cloaked herself in it. So, I'm here. What do you want? You better be telling me exactly where my grandparents are.
They're upstairs. They are unharmed.
Can't tell a lie, so
We have no intentions of harming them, unless you push us to that.
you should continue talking.
Yes, what do you want? Why are you here at 11 o'clock at night?
Our cloaking magics work better at night. And he kind of puts a hand to his mouth like he hadn't exactly meant to say that.
Looking at the dude, does he have anything magical on him?
Now, you have to physically see the object to see that it's magic. So if he had a magical object in his pocket, I don't think you would see it.
Let me double check.
Or kind of like the guy at the Rubicon that had it sitting in his briefcase where you didn't get a
Yeah.
line of sight on it.
I'm just quadruple checking, but I believe so.
It's a permanent detect magic spell.
It knows when you are near a object or place of magical or sacred power. It doesn't say you have to have line of sight.
But that says place.
Near an object or
Object
place.
And then you're getting a vibe off of him.
Okay.
The other guy was across the room from y'all, so we'll say that was far enough away that you didn't pick anything up off it right away.
Yeah.
Though standing outside his car, you probably would have realized he had something.
Yeah. And then she got told later, so yeah.
Yeah, we'll just kind of retcon that. But,
It's all good.
why don't we go upstairs? Like I said, I was just here as the lookout.
Why don't we stay right here?
Well, my immediate superior is expecting you up front or up top. And I'm sure she wants to check on her grandparents.
Yeah, she's like leading with the bees.
They seem like such nice people. It'd be an awful shame if something happened to them.
Shut the fuck up and go upstairs.
It's gonna be an awful shame if something happens to you. Because nobody will find your body.
Hilarious themselves is pissed.
Yeah.
Guy rounds the stairs, starts up the stairs.
Stay on. I might deactivate it as soon as we get up to the superior.
He gets up. He does a particular pattern on the door. And then he doesn't wait for anybody to say anything. He just opens it and goes in after he's knocked the pattern.
That pattern is memorized.
That's fine. It's not like shaving a haircut or anything, but it's,
Aww. Everyone expects shaving a haircut.
Right. People might walk up and randomly do shaving a haircut, Just thinking
especially at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah. But he walks in, he kind of holds the door for the other two.
And 3 more people show up.
Leading with the bees.
Let's see. Yeah, because Connor is super fast.
Yeah.
And the Rubicon's a decent walk from her grandparents' house. Same side of town, but it's a decent walk for normal people. For Connor, it wouldn't be very fast. Wouldn't be very far at all.
Yeah, and he can run like across bodies of water and even like large buildings. He can just go over them.
The chase scene in Kung Fu Hustle.
Yes, he can literally just, since he knows where her grandparents' house is, thanks to perfect memory, he can literally just point himself at that direction and just cut a straight line.
I'm just picturing hanging on to Robert's collar. Robert's just flop behind him like a flag.
He absolutely
Pretty
is.
much.
Bless Robert.
So y'all arrive on the scene just in time to see that top door close. But yeah, which is the side entrance into her grandparents' place.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have never actually been in that apartment, I don't think. But you've all been by the shop at some point.
Connor's been on the roof.
Well, that's right. Y'all have all stood at the door at least, yeah.
Yeah, and he's been on like the roof of the building. So like he'll drop Robert by the stairs, staff, and he's up on the roof.
Jaden, you were on the way home when you got the text.
Yeah, but I also do have the moccasins, which does make me faster when I run. Because it does give me epic dexterity.
Okay. So you're not quite as fast as Connor because he's got an extra power on top of that, but you're much faster than a normal person.
Uh-huh.
She's like Usain Bolt. I am literally the wind.
Basically.
Usain Bolt, if he could do that for like miles and miles, not the shorter spans of races.
Right.
Yeah.
So Jaden will be arriving not too long afterwards. But anyway, Sasha and Talarius are inside. Guy shuts the door behind you and just kind of takes up a position next to the door. And this side door kind of opens up into the living room. You see both your grandparents sitting on the couch. They've got just kind of 1,000-yard stares. They don't react to you walking in. They seem pretty oblivious to anything. Your grandmother is still dressed like she'd been dressed before she'd start getting ready for bed. Your granddad is already in his pajamas. So clearly they got, caught just as they were starting to get ready for bed or whatever. There is a man standing behind him. They're sitting on the couch. He's kind of standing behind the couch, his hands on the back of the couch. Miss Adele? Amoriad?
Enough pleasantries.
Well, I'm sure you're wondering why I called you here.
She's just like flat out staring like, you're welcome to monologue.
I'll keep things short so we can be on our way. I need you to come with me. Willingly give yourself up, and your grandparents will be unharmed. I assure you we have no interest in your grandparents one way or the other. We won't hesitate to harm them if we need to.
I believe you're going to have to give me a more thorough explanation than come along with you.
The order I belong to.
And what order would that be?
That's not important.
Is it the impious by chance?
Clearly you have some investigative skills. Yes, we are we're an American offshoot, at least. A branch, if you will.
Pale imitation, maybe?
Beg pardon?
A pale imitation, perhaps?
No, just the American branch.
Continue.
I mean, I suppose if you're one of those stuck-up Europeans, you would think we were pale imitation just by the sake of being American, but yeah.
I just think you're a pale imitation because you have to use old people as a shield.
Well, I am dealing with children of gods.
Do right to remember that.
Essentially, we need you to come along, though, as something of a test subject. Not like we'll be experimenting on you, more like as a object for our research. A lot of Scions travel, once they discover their abilities, travel around a lot. But your band seems to have settled in here seems to be pretty well settled here in Olympus.
This is an aside question to the story guide and to anyone else who knows rules. When using a legend or burning a legend to use a power that I do not have, do I have to have the purview?
No. You just have to have a good explanation as to why the purviews you do have or your heritage allow you to access that purview.
Fantastic.
Or, unless Story Guy says otherwise.
All right, what do we do? What are we about to do to this poor man? This poor innocent kidnapper.
Give me 1 second to hunt down this power.
I'm about to say, not gonna lie, I was hunting down one too to literally burn a legend to emulate
I know it's in the
power.
star's purview,
Mm.
which Aset has in her wheelhouse.
So it is
Give me 1
attached to
second.
your heritage, so to speak.
Yeah, it is attached to her heritage. I mean, I got to get down to
All right,
purviews.
So while you're looking through that,
Continue to monologue.
yeah.
Continue
Well,
monologuing.
Connor and Robert are outside. Jaden, you're a couple blocks away at this point, so you'll be there just shortly. So Connor and Robert arrive as the door shuts. You didn't see who
Yeah.
was walking through the door. It's literally you just show up. Conk.
Yeah, Connor's up on the roof. He's gonna look for rooftop access.
It's a house. It probably just has
Yeah,
an
it's
air
only a
conditioner.
2-story building, so it's literally the shingles and
The shingles.
Yeah.
Okay.
A-frame
Yeah,
or whatever
poor.
you call it.
I have a feeling Robert is probably on his back right now thinking, I wish you would have given me more information than just grabbing my neck.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I thought dwarves like cats. You could just snatch them up by the scruff of the neck and they were fine.
As long as it's not the beard.
No, I'm a pile of rocks.
No,
I linked
Connor.
the power in chat, just so you know.
So I checked both chats.
Would they be fate bound to her, considering her relationship with them?
Oh.
I will say, since you're using that costs 2 legend.
I'm aware.
Okay.
She would be doing some. She would be really sucking up to a set after this.
Let's see here.
Because she would have to burn a legend.
I would say your
impersonate it and then
grandparents are
burn a
probably at
legend to
least
use
that
it.
baseline level of fate bound to you.
Okay.
They're deeply involved. They are essentially raising you at this. Well, I mean, you're grown. But
Yeah.
in their minds, they're still raising you at this point.
I love that gift, Sarah. All right, I guess it's the not bitch's dad.
Yep.
I mean, to be fair, Connor would 100% be doing that if someone went after his grandpa too.
She is going to just start let that build power then build while that is going on. Probably unconsciously, but yeah.
Nice.
Also, Decky,
That's also
yes, very true.
that's also the one she would be taking once we get to spend XP again, just so you know. That's why I know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a very useful one. There you go. All
Mhm.
kinds of airfare later in the campaign.
Oh yeah, that's mostly
Yeah.
why she's picking it up. Like, all right, everyone, hold
We're
hands,
going to Egypt.
and we're here.
So would the bits of light be coming into existence now, or would that be when you activate it? See, well, as you focus on a specific location.
Yeah.
So at the point that she's consciously deciding to do this, and thinking about where she wants to go.
Yeah. And she would probably drop them, considering it's farthest away and she knows it's probably secure, probably Telarius's apartment.
Okay, so not freakishly far away.
No, not like across the globe. She's not like, okay, we're just going to go to Timbuktu. We're going to
So
start
you-
new
Egypt
lives
now.
here.
So you do
We're going
know-
home.
So you do know one of Connor's safe houses too, if you want to use that as well.
It's true.
Just
That's
cross your
also
fingers. He doesn't
true.
currently have any gang members tied up there.
I mean, yeah, there isn't any gang members there. And he does have enough
Oh.
stuff to basically hold out in there for a week if he needs to.
Yeah. Well,
But
she
anyway,
might
you
do
can call
that
that
then.
in a moment. All right, so Robert and Connor are on the roof.
Yeah. Well, Robert's down on the ground. He basically dropped Robert there as he got there, and he
Okay,
immediately
okay.
launched himself onto the roof.
Gently put Robert down. We do not drop Robert.
Oh no, he literally just let go as he got there.
Hence why I
Sandbag.
said I'm not a cat. I'm a bag of rocks.
Yeah.
Robert broke both his knees on impact.
He's a tough
Fantasy
little.
physics.
He can take it.
No, I'm a tumbleweed. I just happen to keep rolling until I hit something.
Oh, God.
And then lay down roots.
Why is the neighbor's house gone?
All right, Robert. So you got dropped off at the street. You know, y'all, like I said, y'all saw the door close. What's your immediate action going to be?
Probably to crack his shoulders and loosen up a little bit, then pull out pistol and slowly proceed upstairs.
All right, so
Just
you're
like
kind of inching up to the door.
Mm-hmm. He's inching up to the door.
I'll say Connor's waiting on the roof in case like he sees anybody who is not the grandparents who he has both met. Any member of the band leave. If he sees anybody other than grandparents or members of the band leave, he is ambushing from the roof.
Gotcha.
Screaming monkey from the roof.
Holler
Basically.
monkey.
Robert, give me a
Steel chair.
subterfuge dexterity roll.
Okay. Where is there such fuse? I am probably
Both of those.
SOL. Yes, I am.
Back up to 5.
Back up to 5 momentum because I didn't accomplish shit.
All right, adding a momentum. So you start up the stairs. You're trying to stay quiet, but yeah, you're not completely silent.
Buildings
Inside,
creak.
let's see, Sasha and
He's a
Talarius
dwarf. He's not stealthy.
are basically interacting with this guy. So you
Look,
would hear the door open behind you as this guy, as the guy that led you up there and was standing next to the door, flings the door open and jumps out. You know, Robert, you see the door fling open and a guy with a gun comes out directly in front of you. Connor, you also see this.
He also
Yeah.
has a gun pointed up like, hi. I have a strange
See
feeling
weapon
you're
in
not
path.
supposed to be. I have a strange feeling you're not supposed to be here.
Well, this guy shoots as soon as he sees you. He screams, "There's more of them here!" and pulls his trigger.
This is why Connor is telling everyone, get some armor.
When
Now,
have you ever
Connor,
listened to
you were
sound?
ready for anybody that you didn't recognize to come out, so I'll let you take a lick first.
Okay.
And this guy's still standing. He'll shoot at Robert, and then Robert can respond.
Right, so I get a +3 to this instead of +4. As he's using his staff to just.
The guy's defense is a 2.
So
Ooh, excuse me.
6.
Alright, so you whack him pretty good. And you just kind of do the whole pool cue to the side of the head or whatever.
Oh no, he's coming straight down.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, this guy just hits the ground. Ooh, his gun goes flying. He's clearly out.
Then he'll turn and stares directly at the guy.
Told you.
Since we haven't done, actually, I'll wait. See what's happening.
Jaden, you show up at this point, so you see Robert with his gun out. You see this guy come out the door, and then Connor just flatten him, like Mario jumping on a Goomba.
Oh, does the shell go
I love it.
shooting?
Not a Koopa Troopa, a Goomba. The little mushrooms.
Oh, the mushroom. Yeah, no.
Just
My
the
bad.
gun, however, goes.
Inside, as soon as that guy yelled, there's more of them. The guy behind the couch pulls a knife and puts it to one of your grandparents' throats.
I would really rethink that.
You folks are like peas in a pod. We just can't get one of you alone.
I mean, you tried.
Very annoying.
Now, as my dear friend Sasha said, you rethink that, or
Shut
you
up.
stop thinking.
This one's mine.
I could use a little backup in here. 2 more guys kind of step out from the kitchen. One of them's got a pistol about like the other guy had. One of them's got kind of this old antique looking crossbow. You're getting some vibes off of it, Sasha.
Okay. Oh, teleporting is gonna put her out of combat. Ah! She looks over at Talarius.
Yeah,
It's like, do you want to stay or do you want to go?
I'm with you. Wherever we're going.
No, like literally, I'm.
Get your folks out if you can.
She looks over. I can talk to ghosts as well as live people. The crossbow's magical. Uses the power.
All of y'all see these like little. It's like stars are appearing around her. Like she's suddenly got a green screen behind her with the space thing going on.
Stars, snakes, something. Because I know in the book, one of them, it just disappears in like a poof of feathers. Like, that's the example it gives. So it's probably
Robert.
just like coiling snakes, like.
Yeah, no, Robert would have had his pistol drawn, aimed at somebody, watching them like, well, that's actually very impressive.
All right, so Sasha disappears. Her grandparents disappear. Do you leave Talarius behind?
Since they said get the grandparents out, she's going to leave Talarius because she knows Talarius can mostly handle themselves in a fight.
Yeah.
She knows after this, she's not going to be able to handle herself in a fight, and her grandparents cannot handle themselves in a fight. And actually, she will.
Man.
Go ahead.
Okay.
She will actually probably teleport to Talarius's because that's where Smoochums is. So she would have Smoochums as kind of like sentry.
Take you, Monkey Man.
Let's see. Samuel might be there as well.
Yeah.
He went to the
Samuel
bar. He
definitely.
went to the bar with you. We forgot about that this session. But when everybody was breaking up, he'd have gone home.
Mhm.
Because I don't think he is specifically in your group texts unless you go extra
No.
including.
Not unless he like specifically asks to be in it.
Yeah. So Sasha, her grandparents, and her bees all disappear
The bees!
in this burst of like snake imagery.
So they can take that distraction to attack the guy with the crossbow. Since we haven't rolled for initiative yet.
Yes, I'll let y'all all essentially have a surprise round.
All right, I'm gonna attack the crossbow guy.
I'm
And Jaden, you're at the base of the stairs now, so you'll be able to run up this round and still do something.
Okay.
gonna go after the other guy that doesn't have the crossbow.
7 successes.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I am combat man.
Yes,
what
you
I
are.
do.
Well, you're gonna be Monkey Man soon.
Oh dear.
Chaos Monkey!
Currently, you are Monkey Boy, but soon you'll be Monkey Man.
Return.
Soon I'll just be Kong.
No kidding.
Yeah,
It's-
Conga, the British knockoff.
So wait, would Spruce still be with me? Because we just came here after the battle. Like we went to the
Can
Rubicon
Spruce
after
keep
the
up with
battle.
you?
I mean, she could carry Spruce. Like,
I could carry
Would
Spruce.
Spruce be allowed in the bar?
probably not during non-supernatural hours.
We had this conversation before last session because I watched the VOD because I had to tell Otter what was going on in the game. So we had this discussion and we did come to the conclusion that Spruce would not be allowed until later on.
So you'll probably swung by
Whatever.
and dropped him off either at somebody's apartment or Jaden's.
Or she could have had him. Because they went in Robert's.
That's
Truck,
true. He
yeah.
could have been sitting in the back of the truck or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to
That's
say he's
fine.
here, he's here then. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go after the person that isn't the person with the magic crossbow.
All right. Well, hang on a second.
And Phil, go ahead.
Robert hit with Connor hit with 7. So that's like 5. That hits his 2 defense with like 5 extra play with. So this guy's kaputski. However, Connor wants to describe this guy going down.
Grandparents were threatened. Sauce said she can talk to ghosts. He triggers aggravated and lethal tag and just.
Sasha's now regretting that in hindsight, but she was probably too pissed at the moment.
It's something she wouldn't do while calm, but
Yeah.
Heat of
Yeah.
the moment. Screw these guys.
At the moment, it's like, son of a bitch gotta die tonight.
So I'm picturing Connor's staff doing that whole kind of flare up, almost
Oh, yeah,
lava
the-
stone look that it gets sometimes.
Well, it looks like a normal like black iron like bow staff,
hmm
but when he activates the aggravated tag, it turns to look like it basically looks like roiling magma in solid like staff form.
Gotcha. It's like glowing red. Looks like it's kind of moving, flowing.
Yeah, have you seen I forget what
It's
it's
a World of
called.
Warcraft weapon.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, basically he'll no. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, this would be he'd hit with lethal intent.
So you
Maybe keep the
jab just kind
main
of
guy
center
alive.
mass, and it just leaves this colorized hole through the guy. It's just kind of all the way through,
Jedi shit there.
like you'd hit him with a lightsaber and pulls it out.
Yeah.
He has just enough time to kind of look down at it, and the look on his face is clearly telling you this is not how this evening was supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
And he falls over. The crossbow goes off as he hits the ground.
So
The bolt shoots across the room. Not near any of y'all. Just
Mhm.
lodges in the wall. The only alarming thing is the bolt catches on fire as it's traveling through the air, and then hits the wall, and that little bit of flame starting to build up on the wall.
Oh no.
don't burn down the grandparents' house, you monster!
They're not going to need
I'm
it after I
actually-
kill them in a couple of sessions.
I'm actually here for this, I'm here for the
Question.
torture, but
Yes.
One of Connor's purviews is fire. Can I use an esoterica to smother the fire this building? Since like it basically esotericas are like minor things. Like
Uh,
wouldn't
nothing
notice
this
it when he
fire
turns
is
crazy
minor enough
monkey
at the
man,
moment
though.
that yes, you could. Have to wait till your next round, but it's
Yeah.
not going to spread very far. So.
Yeah.
All right, Hilarious, what were you doing?
Completely whiffing on a hit apparently.
Mm-mm.
That is 2 because I'm specialized in them.
Ooh. 2 momentum.
We're at what now?
7.
Woo!
As far as I'm concerned, I can't top that. I'm just gonna try boxing this guy and he's just gonna get out of the way.
Just like
Well, you got the couch between you, so he's able to lean back.
Yeah.
Robert, you're at the door. What are you doing?
He's firing shots. Gonna see if he can hit
All
somebody.
right, you've got the guy behind the couch with this ceremonial knife that he pulled, and then you got a guy with a gun.
Going for the other ranged.
Okay. His defense is a 2.
pigeons
And
get that knife.
right, so let's see if I can actually do something. I got a 2, and
All right, so that does an automatic
Uh,
damage. This guy's, normal human mook type, so he's only got the
I
1
mean-
health.
And Choku, the reason why Connor likes fire is because he happens to like this place and he doesn't want it to burn down because it's important to Sasha. So he wants to smother it.
and luckily I get a +1 because actually using correct tag with firearms. So really don't think there's a lot I can really do with.
Not
other
with
than
just
1
one.
point. Okay, that might as
Or
well
if you
not really
want.
matter.
But this guy's going down. He goes down with 1 shot. So where do you want to plant that bullet? Where do you hit him at?
Oh no, just a clean headshot. Just
Oh,
Well, would he have heard? Would he have heard Sasha kill him?
Oh,
He was
yeah,
right
no,
there.
yeah, he was right by
yeah,
the,
he
he was
was-
right
he
by
was
the
right.
door with
I'm
Connor.
just
so-
gonna.
I'm about to say he saw Connor kill somebody. So obviously, everybody's fair game.
He was pretty
but-
much right behind Connor when
he was
she
right
said
behind
that.
Connor. Heard
Never mind.
her make the comment of I can talk to dead people just as well as living. So when he sees Connor kill the first one's like, all right, lead the fourth.
So yeah, you just drill him in the forehead. He just kind of folds. It's like he stands
We the
there
bad
for
guys,
just a second and then
guys.
just kind of folds down.
I
into the
mean,
ground.
there is precedence for killing the cult leaders already with the other band. So it was a hostage situation that turned sour. We had to resort to lethal force.
Got one more person
Story
to
we're
go.
telling the cop.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Cultists are like
definitely the
Nazis.
story.
No matter what you do to them, you don't have to feel bad.
I mean, yeah.
He's not wrong.
It's out
Yeah.
of pocket,
He has
but
a
he's not
point
wrong.
there.
You
Yeah.
know, the Call of Cthulhu game I'm playing in with some buddies, or Delta Green era, but
Yeah.
we fight a lot of Nazi cultists. Oh, we've done terrible things to those guys.
Oh God.
Chunk
I
them out,
haven't even heard
Oh,
these terrible things, but I approve.
chunk
I
them
mean,
out,
can we-
you know, airplane doors, all kinds of stuff.
I mean,
Yes.
that's like one step extra. Nazi cultists.
Yeah, like where y'all going the extra mile. It's just like, oh, we got two negatives. All right, let's rock.
All right.
Hey, Sarah.
Hmm?
Check your- And never mind, you're
I saw.
you're in there. Never mind.
Excuse me. All right. So
One more
that's
person to
Robert.
go.
Jaden, you're up.
She's gonna run upstairs and kind of take in the scene a bit and kind of see a dead person already.
Yep. There's two dead people. There's a fire on one wall, and there is a dude with this like curved, ceremonial-looking, knife dagger thing, standing across the room, on the other side of a couch.
Okay. So what she's gonna do is imbue a legend and do Call of the Wild on Connor.
Oh no.
You're just gonna
Yeah.
like splatter somebody.
Return to monkey.
Yeah.
Basically. And also with that, since
Tail
I'm not
pops
really
out.
attacking, can I send Spruce out to attack?
Does the return to monkey thing cost an action? I think most stuff does. that involves
Reflexive
spinning
actions
legends.
can be taken at any time.
What's the name of the power? I'm at that
Its
area.
action is simple.
Oh, so that is your action then.
Okay.
Yeah, it's essentially it is still taking action. It's not just
Okay.
you be like, oh, this is something I can just and still have time to do something else.
Like when the hunter shot me and I just activated skin like stone. I did that because it's a reflexive action, so I could do that at any time.
And the starry path that Sasha did, the teleportation thing, is a complex action,
Hmm.
which I assume means it takes more than one action.
Yeah, she would have had to been like. It says in there you have to be thinking about it. You can't be doing it during combat. So like while this was going around, she couldn't use it.
But you
Before
basically
it.
initiated it before combat started.
Yeah.
And she was getting ready for it and focusing on it prior to actually
Mhm.
activating it while everybody else was doing stuff. So.
Okay. Well, then there you go. She makes Connor
Return
Return
to
to
monkey.
monkey.
return to
Mhm.
monkey.
All right. In that case, everybody give me an initiative roll.
Scion.
I mean, it's
Sure,
really just to see if
Olympus.
this guy gets to go before any of the rest of you do.
I get
Uh,
a success.
2. Wow. He rolled he rolled a 10. I re-rolled it. It was a 10. I re-rolled it. It was an 8. So he wound up with 3 successes.
So
I also got 3.
do we get a momentum because?
The
No.
0 for me
No.
does the
no,
momentum
zeros
doesn't
for
count.
initiative do not count for.
Okay.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I gotta remember that. Okay.
All right. So he managed to tie the highest of you. Unfortunately, ties go to the players. So the Mad Monkey Man gets to go first.
Whoever.
Mad Monkey Man.
Well, that's right. You pick who goes on your side. But
Well,
his
I would
roll
like to
would-
go.
Yeah.
I'd like to go.
You've already killed one. Maybe Jaden wants to kill one.
Connor, looking at the guy with the knife, will snarl. And it's like, unlucky you get to live. And he will tap into a portion of his father's power, spend a legend, and he will activate Overwhelming Chaos.
Oh no.
What is that going to do to this poor guy?
Extreme return to monkey.
You overload a machine's gears or a person's mind with concentrated entropy. A targeted character must struggle simply to maintain coherent thought. On each turn, if they wish to take any action, they must combine it with a stamina plus athletics roll at difficulty 2. Non-trivial characters are rendered catatonic for the scene. This damage is permanent, but the Scion cannot reclaim the legend imbued in this boon until the next scene. I think that actually might be for machines if he uses that on a machine.
Yeah, that's the
But-
machine part.
Yeah, I think that's...
He's got to make the double roll thing. So anything he does is going to be a combined action
Yes.
And he's got to roll that one particular set to.
If he wants to do anything at all.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty
in other
much.
words, a legendary token. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So what was it he had to roll?
He has to
Athletics.
roll stamina plus athletics.
All right. So stamina plus athletics.
And I have burned a point of legend.
And he's got to get
'Cause
2
that-
successes.
You'll need both.
He has to buy off a difficulty of 2 with the combined roll to do anything.
Okay.
So technically he has to have 3 successes if he wants to do anything at all after using the complex combined roll.
Gotcha. All right. So
I have no idea what any of
you
that
see
means.
you see that hit him. His eyes kind of wide. You see it. Well, it's probably I don't know that you'd see his pupils dilate, but yeah. So he kind of struggles to keep to himself. Seems pretty freaked out. Just he takes his knife and just throws it at you. And we'll see how decent a throw it is.
Okay. I'll say if he
Alright.
passes the roll, yeah, otherwise he's stuck.
Okay, so that's a
Like
9 and a
stuff like this.
10. So that's 2 successes. Rerolling the 10.
Okay.
That's another 10. So that's 3
Alright.
successes. And an 8.
Alright, so he
So
he
he got
loses 2 off the bat.
so there he's got 1 success of the knife coming at you. Would you like to roll for your defense?
I have a defense 1, so I offset it.
In combat, ties go to whoever's attacking. Your 1
Yes.
is like
Oh
the,
no, that's right. I have because I have well tempered. I automatically have a second armor.
all right. So you've actually got a defensive 2.
Mhm.
So it's not a good throw. He doesn't like throw it into the ground 3 feet in front of you or way off to the side.
Mhm.
But you have no problem just kind of turning to the side slightly.
Yep.
And then he just like he's in a panic. He's just kind of looking around. Looks like he's probably going to try to run into the kitchen. The next time he does something.
Mm.
The fire on the wall has gotten bigger because it hasn't been snuffed this round.
Yeah, because
You
said,
returned monkey.
yeah, well, he still can think, but you said
Oh
using
wait,
the
that was
esoterica.
yeah.
You said using it. Would that be a simple or like a reflexive thing, considering his innate control over fire?
Does it say in the description?
An it just let me scroll up. There's something about esoterica. Anything else you might want to do, work it out with the story guide. If your Marvel does cool stuff but doesn't provide any real mechanical bonus or narrative impact, it's free.
Not having our house burned down is kind of narrative important.
Alright.
So we'll say you have to spend an action on it anyway.
Okay, yeah, he'll do that next round then.
Alright.
Unless somebody else wants to go over there and put out the fire.
Now all the rest of you get your moves.
I'll run up on this guy and try to
Alright.
bring him down.
He's now unarmed, so
Yeah. All right. Give me a punch. Woohoo! It's 5 successes.
his defense is a
Extreme
2,
punch.
so that gives you 2 extra to play with.
I deck him, and then he goes prone. Or it's more like a overhand thing where he goes right across the head and it makes him go forward.
It's that whole Captain Kirk 2-fisted.
Yes,
And,
exactly.
yeah, it is basically weird random stuff.
Oh, for the esoteric.
Yeah. I just love having Twitch chat on my phone so I can read what people are saying.
Yeah. So that's
Ow.
one knockdown.
All right, so he takes 1 wound. He's actually got more than just a 1 though, so he's still up.
And well, I'll let the
And let's see,
I'll-
combat stunts for close combat. You see, we could say blinding if you caught him across the face,
Yeah,
Hit
just
him in the
like
eye,
right,
so his,
like
or hit
yeah,
him in the nose where his eyes are watering or whatever.
that'll work.
It doesn't actually blind him, but it makes it harder for him to do anything.
Mhm.
Uh,
The bell clap.
you could also establish a grapple with like 2 successes.
That's fine. I'll do instead of like doing an overhead Kirk thing, I'll just do like a bell clap, and it'll just blind him, and then he's like, as he's doing that, he just hits the ground, not unconscious, but prone.
All right, so you add a 1 difficulty to anything he wants to do. But like I said, he seems to be a little sturdier than the rest of them. He's still up.
Sure, that's fine. I just right there in front of him.
All right, who's up next? Robert Jaden. I guess if Sasha wanted to teleport back, or is that a one-use thing that she did?
She doesn't have enough legend to come back.
I mean, Robert will go next.
I think that burned both her legend points to do that, didn't it?
She has no legend right now.
Yeah, she's a has-been. She's not well known anymore.
She's just like over
She's
there
one of those
wheezing.
celebrities
Like,
that doesn't know she's not famous anymore.
if they're wheezing, it just sounds like a dying whale.
Right. Well, since
Samuel looks very alarmed, by the way, when you suddenly just appear standing, kind of like slightly to one side of him, and then your grandparents just appear on the couch next to him. That's new.
Question real quick, but then definitely back to the fighting. Do they come out of whatever trance they're in?
No.
Fuck. Okay.
I mean, it's been like seconds, so give them some time.
Yeah, no. Connor will look, or Robert will look at Connor and be like, "Right, so this one take alive."
Yes, but put out the fire.
Okay. It's like, well, all right. So he takes his pistol, flips it to do a pistol whip, runs up and tries to pretty much, slap the guy upside the head.
Okay.
And please come back character sheet so I can do my role.
Doodah.
I was just thinking that.
You're welcome.
Oh, I tend to do that a lot. Oh, doodah day.
Don't get me started. I'll start singing. Don't make me do it.
All right, and plus, since I added the melee tag to the weapon, that's a total 4.
All right. So yeah, you run up, you step around Talarius, and you just bring the butt of your pistol down just on the guy's temple, and he just crumples. Kind of like the guy they had headshotted, but he's not dead. Oh, and Otter has redeemed a stretch.
All right, make sure I don't roll over our beloved son because he's right under me.
Yeah, don't do that. That'd be bad.
Do not run over the thickeroni.
Thank you.
Look, I love our little Lord Chungus, okay? He might be a 16-pounder, but he's still a precious baby boy.
He's part Mancoon, isn't he?
Look, this is a precious baby boy.
He's just
all I see is a large cat-shaped silhouette.
Oh Lord, he coming.
Oh Lord, he coming.
Oh, what was that? It was some kind of horror story, like one of those little kid horror story books.
Scary stories to tell in the dark ones.
Something like that, where the guy's in like an empty house and these cats keep coming by and talking. Oh, wait till Charlie gets here. And the cats keep getting bigger every time. Until finally the guy, just gets up and runs out and, is screaming behind him, tell Charlie I had to go, or tell Charlie I'm sorry, or something like that. It was not the scarier stories in the book, man. You just had this line of ever bigger cats, just sitting there watching him, talking about when Charlie gets here.
Cats, man.
I probably still have that in a book in a box somewhere.
Yeah, no,
I don't
about to
throw
say
stuff
again.
away.
We love our little Lord Chungus. We don't know if he has Mancoon in him. We'd like to think it, but he's not getting longer. He's just getting rounder. Unfortunately.
And then he is
Part
a thickeroni
cat,
with
sausage. All right, so that was Robert dropped that guy.
and as soon as he like slaps him in the head with the temple, he'll spin the pistol, holster it, and run to the kitchen to grab water.
All right,
He's
combat.
probably
You know
fire
that wraps
extinguishers.
combat up. The rest of the house is clear. The fire is spreading along the walls now.
Since we're out of that, Connor will use his esoterica to sort of start to control the fire and start shrinking it down.
Or is it magical fire?
It is fire produced by magic. If
Doesn't
Connor
make it
tried to
natural
put
fire.
if Connor tried to put the bolt out as it was being fired at somebody, there'd be some resistance because that on the bow was magic.
Mm.
As it is
But
now.
that just kind of went out when it hit the wall, but it set the wall on fire. So this lasting fire is natural at this point.
Yeah, no,
So yeah,
Robert rushes.
it's spreading out along the wall. It's gotten a few photographs. It stops,
Jaden's
quivers for a
gonna look-
second, almost like it's pouting or doesn't want to, and then it retracts down. It
Mm.
kind of goes out. You just have a charred wall with a crossbow bolt sticking out of it.
Right
Robert
before
Kelly-
the baby picture of Sasha with baby smoochums.
Mm.
Yeah, no, Robert would have came right back in with a pot of water. Like, oh, never mind.
Just
Walks
still
back in.
tosses it at the wall.
No, like he stops on and like just a little bit spills out. I'm like, okay, and he goes and dumps it back in the kitchen.
Connor would make a point to find something to wrap up the knife with. He'll pocket the knife. He will find like a backpack or something if something's in there. Put the crossbow in it. Sling that on. Frisk the guys for anything magical that they got that looks like it'd be something that Sasha would want to look at.
The
All
only
while
weird
angry
things you
monkey.
see laying around, the dagger looks funky. I mean, you have no
Connor's
idea what
player
the
has not
dagger's
seen Backdraft, so I don't know what you're talking about, Anchoku. Sorry.
about. You were told the crossbow was magic, so you got that. The guy had some other bolts on him.
He'll take the bolts, put them in there too.
You know, had them in like this little quiver type thing that he had strapped to his thigh.
Mm.
I still take the gun.
And yes, you have a few guns.
Everybody needs guns, especially untraceable ones.
I think the guy outside is still alive. I don't know.
He just-
I don't know that Connor specified he was doing an aggravated damage to him or not.
He didn't then, but oh yeah,
Probably
once the
still
fight's
unconscious.
no, but once the fight's done, he'll just go over, look at the guy, and he'll just
Okay.
I'm gonna go check this guy. Oh, he was already dead.
Oh god, his neck snapped.
dead on
Fell down
impact.
the
Sorry.
stairs.
Yeah.
I'm picturing
We're
him
the
doing
baddies.
that and then looking up and there's somebody on the street with their phone. Whoa.
Actually, was there someone on the street with the phone when he walks out?
No, it's like
It's 11
11:30.
o'clock
And
at
this
night,
is not
yeah.
a real active
Okay.
part of town. There's a lot of small
It's also-
businesses around this area that are all closed at this time. So
It's also probably like the back of the house too, so it's not facing the street.
Well,
Yeah.
I said it was on the side,
Oh, okay.
so somebody on the
Yeah.
street could have seen it if there was somebody on the street.
Yeah.
But this is
Yeah,
not a
he'll-
main drag. All these
Yeah.
all these businesses, you know, it's the flower shop, it's an insurance place, it's a payday loan place. You know,
Bakery.
all places that are closed by 11, so there's no
Mhm.
traffic through here.
hmm
Yeah, and he'll go over. He'll just snap the guy's neck. That's still the guy out on the stairs is still alive. He'll leave the head
Oh
honcho.
god, he fell down the stairs. It's a shame.
Oh yeah, it's a shame he fell down.
Alright, so
and
y'all
broke
have
his
only got
neck.
the
I
head
can't believe it.
honcho as a living prisoner.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
And Connor.
Polaris is texting Sasha. Deed's done.
She is probably not looking at her phone right now.
That's fine. Just keeping,
Yeah.
keeping her in the loop.
Go back over
That
at
only
Claire's
worked
apartment
40
as,
seconds ago.
as all of y'all are cleaning up and then keeping an eye on the street to see if anybody in the neighborhood called the cops.
Mm.
And you do see a police car slowly come through, like maybe somebody reported a shot but didn't know where it came from. But back at Talaris' apartment, where, Sasha, you appeared there. Your grandparents appeared on the couch. Sam kind of jumps, tells you that's new. But he very quickly notices that your grandparents are just out of it.
I have no idea what to do.
So snap his fingers right there. Oh yeah, they're spaced out.
She will start shaking one of them. Gently shaking, not like,
Wake up!
not airplane, shaking, but
I understood that reference.
I know it was a movie, that's about it. So now I think about it, I think I have seen a scene where they were shaking somebody. Anyway. Not really getting any reaction out of him.
Anything ping magical on them? Like, she'll be looking to see if there's any cuts, marks, anything shoved in their pockets.
So you pat him down right quick.
Muttering prayers to a set.
Feel a little vibe off of both of them.
Okay.
It's not as strong as like when you see a magical item or you walk into like a holy place. It's you kind of assume that it's a spell put on them. No, it is magic kind of settled down on them currently. But knowing the way these guys are, God only knows.
Yeah.
What cultures this spell may have come from. Never mind what spell it is. Now, as far as looking for cuts and stuff, no, they appear to be completely unharmed. They're just spaced out.
In Sasha's head,
they're slowly blinking, they're breathing, and all that. They haven't been this spaced out since the 60s.
Probably. They learn how to grow those plants really well. Okay. She's gonna try pinching one of them. Like, does pain elicit any response? Not like just pinching.
No, it doesn't seem to be.
Okay.
Samuel's like, stay calm. There's, whatever's been done to him, it doesn't seem to be hurting him. So we've got time to figure this out.
Okay. All right. You'll check
Deep
the
breaths.
phone. She'll see the text. I'm at your place. Only answer.
Oh, she went to my place. Okay, easy enough.
So what happened?
They kind of had Sasha's grandparents under some sort of, I don't know, hypnosis. And they wanted to take Sasha. They wanted to take Sasha to be a lab rat. Something about Scions not learning the powers and leaving, but we are unique that we are, I don't know, we are unique that we didn't. It went a little over my head, I'm not gonna lie, but I got a little heated I personally got a little heated when they started making vague threats towards her grandparents, so I can only imagine how she feels.
Also, while this is happening, Connor is cauterizing the gunshot wound in that one guy's head so it doesn't bleed anymore. And then while the blood's still fresh, going to clean up the blood off the floor, out of the carpet, whatever it is.
Just getting some seltzer from the back.
Getting peroxide.
Yeah, just cleaning all that up.
Right.
Suddenly
Sorry about
wearing
that.
an apron.
Robert will help since he's the one that made the mess.
Cold water and soap.
Then we'll say while Heavenly Stride is still active, he's going to take the 2 dead bodies, and he's going to sprint to the nearest largest body of water.
That's probably going to be the big lake that the town's.
Right near the temple.
Yeah, the temple's a bit away from the water, but
Yeah.
If you're looking on the map, yeah, somewhere over here, there's not a lot of anything built up.
I cannot see the map.
Oh well, that doesn't matter.
Wait, hold on. No, I can. I just scroll
Like
over.
down around here, there's not like a lot of industry built up particularly.
Okay.
You got to watch out. There's a few fancy houses over that way, but or
No,
you could run down the middle of the bridge and just chuck them off the side into the middle of the lake or whatever.
Guys,
what
are we the baddies?
What he's gonna do is he's gonna head that way since he's moving too fast for anybody to be able to see him. He's gonna head over towards the bridge, and he's gonna loop around under the bridge because he can run across water. And he's gonna head to the middle and sort of just let the bodies go under the bridge. And basically, he's having like kind of them skimming across the water.
Falling apart.
No,
He
not
skipped them like stone.
He's not skipping them like stones. Basically, he's going along. Then he's just gonna like dunk them under the water, and then let go, and then keep running to reduce the amount of splash as much as possible. And I will also state that dragging the bodies along and while handling them, he did wear gloves to not put any fingerprints on.
Okay.
Still. And then he'll loop back around.
I'm just picturing a troll up under the bridge seeing all this. Climbing down to get a snack.
I mean, if
That's fine.
if there is a troll under the bridge,
That
Then
troll's
sure.
eating good tonight.
if there's a troll under the bridge, you want a friend? I bring him snacks. If I need to dispose of some bodies, here you go.
Hungry buddy.
Question:
Brought
Is
with
there a
lunch.
troll under the bridge?
Connor doesn't know.
Can we be his friend?
You're about to manifest a troll.
No. Well, he's keeping a lookout to see if anyone's spotting him, so he is looking for stuff. Is there a troll under the bridge?
It's dark and it would be hidden. You'd have a hard time seeing it, especially moving at Mach, Jesus.
Jesus.
I mock Jesus. I love that.
How fast are
Okay,
you going?
fair.
Mock Jesus.
I'll take it.
How fast is Connor going? Mock Jesus. What do you mean? Oh, sweet Jesus! There you go.
All right, so y'all get the mess cleaned up at her grandparents' place. The walls, the wall will have to be repaired the next day or something.
Yeah.
Though it is certainly in Robert's wheelhouse to,
Just say, if only we had somebody in whose purview it's creation.
If only we had somebody you had to hang sheetrock and paint.
Yep. Right. And then Connor, he will come back. When he comes back, he'll hand the backpack to Robert, or actually, no, he'll hand it to Hilarious.
Mhm.
And he'll say, "You get this to Sasha. Nobody else gets it."
Sure.
And then he'll grab the cult leader, and he's heading to a safe house.
Oh boy.
They get to the apartment. Sasha's just kind of like sitting there rocking, like, okay. I fucked up.
You didn't. You did
She's not
fine.
saying that out loud, but
Okay.
All right.
Eh.
So Connor drops off the prisoner at one of his safe houses. Probably the same one he had Dorrance at that
Dornan.
time, because he's got shackles and stuff there.
He has everything set up for interrogation/torture.
So we will wrap up with all of y'all meeting back at Hilarious's. So all of you are there. Her grandparents are there, zoned out.
the bee's probably dissipated.
Oh yeah, by now.
Yeah.
Especially
with her
Sasha's
watch-
pinched
Walker
him.
Legend.
As y'all get there, Samuel's trying to hold him, like smelling salts up under him. That doesn't seem to be having any effect.
I will say if Connor did leave the guy in the safe house, both knees are broken and he's dislocated both arms, and handcuffed him, arms behind his back to the pillar.
So
I don't
what
know
you're
if
saying
y'all
is
are
he's
the
going to go on
baddies.
a
I'm
walk.
starting to think Connor may be a baddie.
He was. He still kind of is.
Your grandfather would so disapprove of this.
He would. That's why he's not telling anybody.
Grandfather, yes. Wukong,
depending on his mood.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna wrap here with everybody back at Delirius's. We will start off with
Yes.
what we can do for Sasha's poor grandparents
Mm.
now that they've been drug into the line of fire because of her choice of lifestyle.
Company.
Oh, hey, Anchoku, thank you
Ooh.
for the bits.
Yes, we got bits.
Woo!
We
Woo.
enjoy bits. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You are helping the stream get better.
Let's be real though, we were all pretty good.
We were.
Very few tangents tonight. I mean, a couple.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you like watching this sort of thing, we should be back Thursday with don't tell me, A Knight's Ransom.
Get it? Yeah?
Which is D&D 5e. It's a homebrew setting that Maddie's running.
I believe it's their fourth session.
Saturday is the Stolen Cities, which I think is also homebrew D&D.
Mhm.
Back on Monday, Cap is running the Troubleshooters Season 2, which is also homebrew D&D. And then, of course, we definitely want you to come back next Tuesday when we will be running the World at War again. Find out what happens to Sasha's grandparents.
World at War. Return to Monkey.
So I want to thank all the viewers for coming by. We may have had a bigger turnout today than we've had
Been a hot minute.
for the World at War.
We have actually.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you
we
all for coming
appreciate it.
by.
Oh, yes.
We like
we
people.
appreciate it.
We like talkative people. Talk to us.
Yes. This is definitely the most talkative group we've
Yeah.
had so far. We do appreciate that.
We like it to chatter.
I guess that covers everything. So thanks everybody for coming by. I had fun running. I hope my players had fun. I think they did from the reactions I got.
Yeah.
And we will see y'all next week.
Sasha's just gonna be crying in a corner for a week.
Where's my ending screen? Where's
Over
my
there.
ending screen? There.